Alrighty. Go ahead, everyone. Roll me a d20.
Yeah, I'm ahead of the curve. I already did it.
Nope. Do it again.
What?
Zergan, you
Middle
want
of
me
the
to just
pack.
spells prep while we're doing this, just to speed us up a little?
Why would you have spells prepped? We're in the middle of a session.
Well, because I got time while the fight's going on. I can just sit under a table and like do my daily prep, right?
Oh yeah.
He's that kind of a witch that's more like a wizard. He can change their spell slots, right?
I'm just reaching up and trying to grab mugs off the table to sip while I'm sitting, focusing with Maeve.
Alrighty. Last session we went high to low, so this one we're going low to high. So that means Mr. Glizik, you're first.
Yay.
Roll me a 1d17.
Why no roll?
It did. I see it.
Oh, I don't. Last thing I see is Kruger's roll of a 16.
Oh wow, you're missing a bunch of rolls.
Oh yeah, you missed like all the rolls.
Yeah, my roll should be there too. I don't even see that yet. Fine, go ahead. I trust you. I'm not caught up yet.
Are you getting more errors?
No.
Okay.
The chat thing is blinking occasionally though, like the border for it.
I don't know.
So maybe it's catching up something. Yeah, just fire it off. Questions. I get it.
Give me 1 second.
Everything popped in when you did that. Immediately. You can hear a very tiny bio in the background because his mic's open.
All right, let's see if that does anything for us. Yeah, I hear something like TV or something in the background.
No bio went to the door, he said.
Oh.
I think that's Fable.
Quit watching porn, Fable. All right, Mr. Glizik.
You can't tell me what to do.
I can. You have 1 minute to answer this question. That last time somebody had this, they missed it.
Gathnell and Gathnor.
No.
Damn it.
What dragon form did Galgrim use to uncover the obsidian cube?
Brass. Final answer.
That is correct.
It was easy for him because it has the word ass right in it.
I thought there was no brass dragon.
Oh yeah, sure.
There was.
So it's the remaster. Now they're all like spirit dragon, wood dragon, like that.
Even on the, I looked it up and it had the same name for remaster and legacy, so they must have changed it.
No, there is a brass one.
I think it's brass and blue that have burrowing iron.
Yep. All right. Razavir, roll me a 1d16 if you're back.
I'm back.
You owe me a 1d16, sir.
That was nice. The daughter and wife called because they're out shopping. They stopped to eat someplace that's nice, and they're like, "Do you want us to get food for you?" I'm like, "Oh no." At least they asked.
The correct answer would have been yes.
All right, Razavir, you got 1 minute to tell me what was the name of the leader of the three-horned goat tribe? Does anyone else sit here and sing the Jeopardy tune to themselves while we do this?
Chat jargon. There's one member left.
I want to say, I think this is the right one. Would that be Chieftain Berber?
That is correct.
Huzzah!
3 R's in that name.
Well, I put 3, but I probably should have put like 5.
The
It is
more R's, the more of a chieftain they are.
exactly. I mean, it is goblin spelling.
Brr, brr.
All right, so
Berber.
all right, Zakara, 1d15. All right, Zakara, roll me a 1d3.
Maximum damage.
All right, Zakara, you got 1 minute to tell me what piece of equipment did the lay magic seem to infuse for Kruga?
Is Gi.
Well, that's a little personal, ma'am, but it is correct.
It's fine. She's seen it plenty of times.
I believe you were talking about Aknahan.
No. All right, Kruga, 1d14. Big boss man.
Woo-hoo.
All right, Krugus, you got 1 minute to tell me who found the crypt. Where'd I go? Containing the Forsaken.
I'm assuming you mean like initially and brought it to our attention.
Probably, yeah.
Let me just double check.
He also built the Ark.
Ah, it's Noah.
That is incorrect. Ha-ha!
No.
It's the Mad Mage.
Ferris.
It didn't last. You'll find it before Ferris, though. Come on, be honest.
Yeah, that is correct. Wow, you guys haven't gone 4 for 4 for a while.
Bonus point.
No.
Mhm.
Oh,
Free
Dragon
broker.
doesn't love us. Free broker.
But it's one of the goblins on the ship. Bah.
Free broker, but only Galgrim and Balas can use it. Mythic point.
There's you guys got actually 9 points at the moment.
I was told tonight would be difficult, so I agree with the additional mythic point.
Yep.
I know that's majority, but I can disagree just for get off my lawn reasons.
All right. Anything else?
We got the points for anything else really of note.
All righty. Everyone has 2. All the PCs have 2 mythic points.
I still have 2 from last session.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, I just gave you 2. You had 0.
Oh, 2 more? Nice.
Yeah.
I suicide myself with a mythic point and gain 2 more.
You don't have that power.
But you said when it was just us in here without them that killing the goblin granted 2 mythic points.
Yes, killing the goblin.
Yep.
Corpses can't have mythic points. Alrighty. There's the map.
My favorite, the void of infinite black squares.
As you see on all the spectrum of dark vision right now.
This void is called the Rusty Rapier.
For some reason, you guys aren't on the map.
Well,
Sounds like
could be why
user error on your part.
That could be why our vision is non-existent.
Your hood is down.
They made us all
See,
blind.
there you go. Told you.
Oh, we're appearing.
Man. OSHA's gonna have a heyday with this place. Look at the state of this place.
Is it me, or are there more buttons on the northeast part of the map here? I feel like we have more options.
It looks about the same.
Toggle navigation panel. There we go.
Alrighty, let me bring these people in on the map.
Here come the targets, people.
See that flickering light there? Someone got a little fancy map, eh?
Come on, isn't there a button to reveal them all? There we go.
72 tavern rats. I got to do them one at a time.
Quit trying to move, Kruger.
I'm not trying to move. What do you mean?
You did,
Why does he have an X on him?
because he tried to move and I didn't allow him.
X-Force.
X-Horse.
Hi.
Can you say hi to my friends? Oh, that's rude. Look, they're waving. Can you wave back to them?
No.
Might be a little booger.
I'm not. Immediately slaps you. Teaching her well. Immediate violent outburst when being called out.
Yeah, I've been giving her Kruger parenting lessons. Someone doesn't do exactly what you say, immediately physically harass them.
Yep. All right. As you remember, quit sitting and spinning, Glizzick.
I was just trying to move the map so I can see both my character and the map.
You can zoom out, or make the map bigger.
I did that, and then I just put the character sheet on the right so I can see the tavern and my dude. I'm good now.
If you remember, and you may or may not, let me pull that up. You guys walked in and started heading towards the bar. You're looking for a man named Damon. And yep, as you get up there and kind of ask for him, you hear a loud voice to the north that says, "You have stolen something that does not belong to you. Return it or face the judgment of the Council of Waves." To which the person up in the upper left corner says, "Fuck off." And then the man returns, "So be it." The man snaps his fingers and 3 large watery humanoids appear. There we go. And this is when you were asking for him, and they point up to the guy in the corner. So the guy who's having a discussion with the guy to the right of him, and about the Council of Waves, is Damon. So if everyone would like to roll an initiative, that'll put you. I'm not saying we're fighting, but just put you on the order.
You heard him. We're fighting.
Sargon, I've got little tiny triangles all around me, and I'm blinky blinky.
I know that's because it was marked as your turn. I'm not sure why it does that, but must be something new.
Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't do anything wrong. Yet.
I thought you were doing something wrong, but then I realized that the initiative tracker was on you.
Roll initiative, and it just kicked me.
Get the fuck out. That's how low your initiative was.
Yep. It's you go later. All right. Let me just close everything and start it from scratch.
You go home.
Initiative. I don't think so, buddy. Acquiring file set. Let's just say I rolled a natural 20 then.
No.
You can't do that. Raz already did that.
Fine, I'll go dead last.
I bet you guys didn't know that if you roll a natural 20 in this particular case, that you get to go second in initiative instead of first. I'll be right back as he's loading in.
I have a quick question, Zargan.
Sure.
These watery humanoids, let's say hypothetically, would they be considered a body of water?
Maybe.
They do have a body.
They are. I only
water.
asked because they are quite literally a body of water.
It depends on what you're trying to do to them. It depends on the verbiage of your potion and such. Because some things are referring to like a river or like a lake. These would not be considered them.
This is what I'm asking, or that's why I'm asking, because where'd it go? I just fucking closed it.
You know what spell would really suck on them bio? Dehydrate.
There it is. The item I'm curious about is Cold Comfort. The one where you dump it into water and it freezes water that you can walk onto. Or if a creature is in it, take damage. Now, the damage, I'm not too worried about because, let's be honest, they're probably immune to cold. But now, if it doesn't work on them because they're not fitting into the verbiage of the thing, then that's fine. I'm just curious if this would have some sort of a utility effect on them, but
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily consider them a body of water, but I'm not sure why this wouldn't work on them. I would probably say that it probably would. I mean, they are large creatures. You back in yet, Glizzik?
I'm inside just waiting for the character to pop.
it's more of just a curiosity because I have to be right next to him to even use the damn thing. So,
well, run on up.
Yeah.
Use your telekinetic projectile off. We send that at him.
It's not how it's not how it works.
When the escape hits, you're good.
Which one? The one in the top left is the one that we think is
Damon. Yeah.
I just renamed him.
He's just some jerk that we're helping for no reason.
Daemon Targaryen.
No.
That's his name. Long may he reign.
The whose turn it is indicator is definitely new.
It is attention getting.
It is.
Right? It's like I think it did something. Something's happening here. I think we lost a button in the bottom left for like the cover and off guard and all that jazz.
No, they're all there.
I thought we had 5 at the top and 5 at the bottom.
I think it was always 5 and 4.
Could just be it looks a little different too with the pretty borders.
All right, the one thing I thought might have been causing the issues, I fixed, but it's still taking a while for you guys to come in. So I'm guessing it's not that.
Yeah, whatever you tweaked before, immediately everything filled my chat that I had missed before.
Yeah.
I think when you took Ferris off or whatever.
Yeah, but then you like crashed.
Yeah. And you got the same gobbledygook text. So, although coming in this time, I haven't gotten the gobbledygook text we did.
Yeah. I think what I did, I think what I had was causing the gobbledygook text. I had a D&D module loaded. I'm not sure. Should not have been sharing it with you guys, so I'm not sure why I would have been doing that, but
it's just something small like Curse of Strahd, right?
No. World of Greyhawk.
What's the lighting in here?
Depends on where you're at. Anywhere from decent lighting to really really dim. I see the 6-year-old there, Glizzic.
It doesn't show for me, but it does show for you. Okay. If you want to just make that my initiative and we'll be down at the bottom so you can start. I hate wasting time just for dumb errors like this.
Yeah, but what's your bonus?
Not much now.
Plus 20. So 26. Alrighty. I think we're good then. He's on the chart. So Zakara, you are up first. No combat has started. Looks like there might be some up in the upper north, the northwest corner. But what are you doing?
So the water humanoid things are just standing there. They're not actively moving towards him.
They're gonna be, yes. And pretty much most of the crowd, most of the people here kind of are turning to watch.
Does Damon look armored or armed?
He might have. I mean, he is armed, but I mean, he might have like leather armor on. Does nothing really heavy. You can't really tell. He looks like a regular. He looks like everyone else, kind of like a sailor.
Okay, and I still look like human.
No, you are kitten. So what would you like to do?
Zakara will just say to Kruga, is there any problem with starting a fight in here?
There very well could be. We should attempt to resolve this another way, if at all possible.
All right. I'm going to delay.
Okay. Razavir.
Doke. Yeah, so what I prepared here. Not particularly useful. All right. We're gonna go. Try to resolve some other way. That's just so far away too. We're gonna start by after Kruger mentions resolve another way. I'm gonna make my way towards. Is that a door next to the guy accosting Damon? Where
No.
the ping is. Okay. Where's the actual door to this place?
Up the stairs in the upper right.
Okay, I see.
Do we
So
all still have like -1 to our AC?
If you do,
Thought that was from like the previous fight.
I don't know.
That was from the fight in the Orcus Temple. Unless we're just cursed forever for it.
See, I can't hide shit like that. I don't know how to hide it so you guys don't see it. There has to be a way.
okay. We're gonna take an God. We're gonna take an action to start moving that direction, but I'm gonna take like a wide berth around the crowd here.
Okay.
So basically, what was it 5, 10, 15, 25?
Yep.
And we are going to use my last two actions to quick alchemy,
Remember
and
your
then
movement's 30.
I do have the boots. That's right. So we'll do a 30 here to bring us slightly closer. Second action, we're going to quick alchemy and then consume with the third action a silver tongue
Okay.
mutagen, which I will put on beat. But that's going to be my actions, and the snake is staying with. We'll say on Kruger at the time being.
Okay. He's watching.
Oh, that's nice for you too, because you can like be like, oh, it's this one, and then do whatever you want instead of having to look for it.
Yeah, well, it does help find them a little easier. The thing they had before really didn't show up much.
Yeah, like I don't know, like they
They
had
used to
that
have
little thing.
they had a little circle around them, but
Yeah.
that didn't really show up very much. You had to really look for it. All right, Kruger. People are kind of like moving a little bit, moving their chairs a little bit, turning around to watch, see what's going on. Some people are just totally ignoring it. They don't give a shit. If it doesn't involve them, they don't care. So
I'm
currently,
going.
you're targeting Zakara, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch her as I walk
That's
by.
fine. I'm just making sure that you knew that.
Checking the mind control, are we?
Silver tongue isn't on the list, I believe.
Should
Or do I
be.
have to do it from the actual?
You have to do it from your items, from your spells or
Okay.
whatever.
Well, it's not under the actions tab. It's just got like the usual stuff I use a little bit more often.
I thought we had all of them, most of them in there.
I mean, there's the formula book. If you're saying I got to do it from there, then I can look in there.
I'm moving your stuff around. Hold on. Oh, you're doing silver tongue. Okay, I was thinking quicksilver.
Nope.
Yeah, you might need to do it from the formula book.
Okay. Is there a way to actually use it from the formula book?
I don't know. If there isn't, we can fix that.
Good news is I prepared water breathing today in case any of us get stuck inside them somehow.
Not seeing a way to be able to like use it on your selected target.
What level silver tongue are you popping?
It would be 11.
A greater?
Yeah, it's always gonna use the highest. So the bonus is +3. Lasts well 10 minutes because it's quick alchemy. That never goes up.
Alright, I'm gonna throw one into your inventory.
Inventory.
Which means it should be in your activities tab now.
Let's see. Um, Silver tongue mutagen. Okay, got it.
And I removed it from your inventory. Alright. Alright, Kruger, what are you doing?
I'm gonna begin moving up that direction, and as I do so, I'm going to yell out loudly, "Damon Turgolt, I have looked high upon the mountains and deep beneath the sea to find you."
So poetic.
As you move up there, Kruger, the guy up to the north there, the one that's labeled human, the one that snapped his fingers, looks over at you. This does not concern you. Stay out of it, orc.
I'll look back at him and say, "This man is my quarry. It very much concerns me."
And you notice the two water creatures, the two ones farther south, turn and face like Kruger.
They like rotate in place because I don't
Well,
know if
their head kind of spins and comes out the back.
Like the head disappears from one side, just comes out, reappears out the other. It's like
Exactly.
the
Yep.
abyss.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Was that one move, Kruger, or two to get up there?
That's one to where I am right now. I'll look at the human and say, I am master of the east wind, Kruga, and I need to deal with this man.
And I had to look up my title on my sleeve.
I did. I was like, I need to like double check.
looks down at the uniform, double check the rank.
It's got a hello, my name is, and it has written in pen, Master of the East Wind.
That's on the inside. So he goes through like this. My name is Kruger, Master of the East Wind.
If found, this key belongs to.
Just adding that to the long list of titles Kruger apparently has collected.
This particular gi, it says like Tuesday on it, on the inside of one of the tags.
I've got the retcon former advanced master Kruger, the exiled one, master of the East Wind, Goblin Slayer.
All right, Kruger, roll me an intimidation.
Should have Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, but I'm going for like fancy titles, not generic ones. Any old person who's
I
killed a
don't
dragon.
think Kruger's killed any dragons. I think you guys have all done all the work, and he takes the glory.
I believe I notated Protector of Amaron Virginity was one of the titles.
Nice. I'm not sure that's true. Sakara, would you like to comment? All right, Kruger. He seems taken aback, a little intimidated by you and your presence, your attitude, mostly your title. He looks at you. At first, he seems like he's going to ignore you. Then he kind of takes in what you're wearing. He snaps his fingers again. And the water creatures disappear. When you are done with them, he is mine. What else, Kruger?
That's a loophole we can exploit.
You got
Wanna
two
come
more.
work for us?
You got 2 more actions if you want them.
Since he put away the things, I don't imagine that I will be doing much besides like moving up to Damon. But I'll still be addressing the other human. Who are you? So I know whom to give them to when I am done.
Just let me. I'll be watching. And he kind of walks away over by the stairs. You get the impression that he means when you're done talking to him or whatever. Like now, when you're done, he's taking them.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's what he meant.
So we're gonna drop out of combat for now.
But fireball on self.
If you want to, go for it.
Well, I already went through the motions. It's already prepared. It's happening.
It's in the chamber.
AFK a second, but I can hear.
Yep. So if you guys want actions, we'll kind of just take them. So Glizzik, actually, yeah, you're the only one who hasn't done anything yet this round, Glizzik. So what are you doing? Are you fireballing? I mean, you can get quite a bunch of the sailors.
I can get the patrons. That really help with the overall damage total.
I mean, hey, they're at least worth what 1 XP, right?
Life is worth grinding. On the cheap stuff. So
Yep.
I think I would like to do the rallying anthem for us, which is basically me just telling stories at the table here about us as a team, and it's the one that gives our guys like bonuses. Let's see, target
Okay.
friends. Their targets. Where's target friends? I just see enemies. There we go, friends. It's the flag.
It's you, Glizzik. They're not. You don't even have any friends.
It's not targeting any friends.
Well, does that tell you something, Glizzik?
There we go. Perfect. Kruger's exactly 60 feet away. All right, so everything within 60.
Calculated.
Yep.
Glizzik knew that's what you were on to do, so.
So, and I said rallying anthem, and that is the bonus +1 to AC, saving throws, as well as resistance equal to half the spell's rank to physical damage.
Do it.
And here we go.
Glizzik pulls out his little microphone and starts singing.
All by myself. So that's 1, and then I can move a little bit.
Actually, Glizzik, come on. That's not what you sing. You sing, every time I think of you, I touch myself to Kruger.
Just get up on the bar and start dancing it.
There you go. I mean, are you a bard or are you a goblin? I'm a boblin.
1 action to move. And then I will aid Kruger with my storytelling that I'm doing here with maybe a performance check for his next turn.
Sure, go for it.
Skills. All right.
Where'd the dice go?
It was in the box, and then it went southwest for no reason.
I saw the same thing.
It's like, see ya, and took off at light speed. There you go. Nice.
It fell off the table. It doesn't count.
No, I think it does.
Yeah, you're a point.
You wasting your mythic?
Yeah. I never need them.
All right, spend it and add +6. No, +8. Because you're just trained in that.
Really gentle rolling. 44.
That's a crit on your aid.
And it's
so
for
it's
performance.
3.
So it's for performance, so it gets me back a hero point.
If you want it, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I gain nothing, but you get a bonus of +5 to whatever you're doing there.
No. +3. Oh no, you're right because
Mythic.
it's at mythic. Yep, you're right.
Yep. That diplomacy is getting boosted, buddy.
Kruga, you have some kind of leeching parasite attached to you.
It's the Hydra mutagen, isn't it? I see a second head forming.
And it's the nice one. All right.
Done.
Yep, that's fine. I mean, we'll stop the round around. What do you or Zakara, I guess you have an action. If you want to start stabbing people.
Too easy.
Kruga has his back towards you. You owe him one. Remember, he punched you.
I haven't forgotten.
You shoot him full of arrows and point to the patrons. It was them, not me.
He throws like 5 daggers in his back, and that's them.
I'll just start walking over to where Kruga is.
Okay.
First
Damon
on
looks at.
initiative.
What was that?
We're out of initiative, right?
Yeah. Damon looks over to you as you had your little discussion with that guy Kruga, and he walk up to you. He looks at you. What do you want?
Talk to me like that again, and I will have to figure out how to get the consort myself.
Oh, I think we should go somewhere a little more private to talk then. And he starts walking towards the stairs.
I'm going to place a hand on him, like I'm basically directing him that way,
Oh, okay.
to make it kind of look like, like he's still underneath, like I still need him essentially.
Okay.
But that's all. I won't stop him from actually moving.
Yep.
I'm just going to be following him to
He's heading
wherever.
over towards the stairs and starts going up it. Well, as you approach there, Kruga, go ahead and roll me one more intimidation check.
+5.
That is a success. All right. We can go ahead and close this map.
Killed everyone.
Aha! You're all off the map.
Oh,
But
hey,
all the bar patrons are still on the combat tracker.
Yeah, I know.
I can see stats for myself now in the combat tracker. It had been missing for a while.
Oh wow, I can see the Reaper briefly out there. He does exist.
They do exist. All right. All right. You guys go up the steps, up to the main floor. He pulls out a key, opens the door that was there, which actually leads to another set of steps. You guys go upstairs, and in a hallway, you go down 2 doors. He opens a door up, and it's like it's a small like little you know uh, bedroom. It's apparently where he is staying. He waits for you guys all come in, and he shuts the door. Kind of walks over, sits on his bed, tries to get a little bit comfortable while you guys are filling most of his room up. Goes, all right. Tikuga has been taken by a salesman of exotic items by the name of Nabuli El Jasafir. Nebulae lives in the Rampaging Bull district in Highport here, on the other side of town. You won't get into the district this time of night. I would suggest you find somewhere to spend the night and then go talk to him in the morning. And then he gives you directions to his shop. Why are you copying that?
I don't know. I put it in general. Kruger's just mentally repeating it to himself, Zargan.
I'm showing off my
Over and
eidetic
over and
memory.
over.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you have your lead.
Do we need to tip him?
He's not a cow.
We saved him.
Whoa. For a while. Still has to deal with Fun Boy downstairs. Hugh Man, yes. Hey, I'll make you a deal. Do you want an invisibility potion? Try and get away from the guy downstairs?
Oh, I can get away from him. And as he
Okay.
said that, you see his shape change, like
I just
fluid,
didn't want
like
to
the guy from Terminator, and his face changes, his body shape changes.
scum.
Exactly. You missed it,
What
Raz. Damien killed all the gnomes with a wish spell.
In the world.
He just snapped his fingers and half the gnomes were gone. All right, so what are you guys doing? You taking his advice and finding somewhere to spend the night, or are you trying to go over there, or doing something else?
what did you take that man wanted?
That doesn't concern you. I have multiple clients.
Are you some sort of broker? I'm gonna get a broker, guys. Don't worry.
Without spending any points, even. It's amazing.
Let's just say I find things for people.
So he is a broker.
Yeah, that's what Kruger's saying. Is like, so yes, he just says that like an idiot.
He's a broker of people.
If I had need of your services, how would I get in contact with you?
Kruger feels a tiny tugging on the pant leg of his gi. And I look up and I'm like, I can cast sending now.
Yes, but where will you send the letter to?
No, his mind. I can use my shaman powers to talk directly to him, mind to mind.
Are you pooping?
like I did before to contact you when you went on your walkabout.
And you have everything that you would need to do that?
Oh yeah, I've seen him. We talked. I'm familiar with him. So if you hear a voice in your head, you can reply back to me, okay? If we need you for the future, Damon. Damon, you're drinking. You gotta listen to me, Damon.
I understand the concept.
Okay, cool. We make decent money, so it'll be worth your while, I'm sure.
Depends on what you need. He looks for things that make him go.
The redder the better, for they go faster.
Exactly.
Do you happen to know what happened to Thom?
Who?
He he captained a slave vessel that your people were in charge of.
Whoa, my people. I don't have people. I'm freelance.
Than the people that you and I are both currently contracted to.
What the priest prince does is his own business. I left them long time ago.
Swaddling.
Kruger, someone just stole your kid.
Again?
Don't worry, I will raise him right. A monitor, you'll be a sun god soon.
Is there any other information that we may need to know in order to accomplish this?
Not that I know of. I was bidden to locate her. Nothing more. Possibly you could buy him off her. He holds auctions usually every week and just sells whatever.
How
I,
soon until the next auction?
I believe there was one. Well, there's one today, so. Well, no, there's one tomorrow, but you have to be invited. But after the auction's over, he will speak with just about any potential clients.
Let it be known that it took how many sessions? What session is this?
For what?
9 to 4.
94 sessions for a feat I thought about picking up once upon a time to trivialize the need for an invite to something like this.
Yeah, his auction should be over by noon in the morning. If you go to his house, then I'm sure he will speak with you. I'm not saying he'll sell you what you want, but he'll at least speak with you, and you can make your offers, or he may give you a price.
You know anything of him that would give us leverage?
Leverage? No. He's been here several years. I mean, apparently came here with almost nothing, and now he's fairly well off. He sells. I didn't realize he was in trafficking, but he usually sells magic items and items such as that. He gets them and then he sells them at his auction.
Do you know how he got started?
Nope, don't care. I will say he does have some powerful friends in town. So if you think just going in there and roughing him up, probably may not end well for you.
Does not seem the kind of city that would be prudent to do it in.
You'd be surprised what you can get away with. Especially if you're human. Unfortunately, only she is.
Anybody have anything else?
One less wraps it up.
If you if you maybe need a place to stay for a while, you could always try and reach out to us down at Invictus if you're looking for work or something later, maybe. Things change, at time to time.
You never know. And right now I'm doing quite well here, but you never know.
Yeah. Open invitation, at least come and meet us down there and have a look about it if you want to.
I'll take it under advisement.
Do you happen to know how he got T Kuga?
Nope. Like I said, I was hired to find her, not much more than that. How, why, that doesn't matter. That's not what I was paid for. I'm sure you understand. Someone hires you for a job, you do that job.
You are correct.
Other information, I mean, everything costs money. So if they need more, that costs more. So now, if you don't mind, I need to leave. And he starts heading towards the door, and his form kind of melts again, and now he's a dwarf. And he opens the door and walks out, heads towards the steps.
So we going out the window?
That's up to you.
Or just staying overnight?
Stealing the room.
Yep.
I don't think all of us would fit in here.
I mean, if you lay down, I mean, it wouldn't be very. I mean, there's room for one on the bed, unless you like stack yourselves. So either a Kruga or a Zakara, or you could put the gnome and the goblin in the bed, and the other two can lay on the floor.
We could lay sideways and be fine.
They can lay on the floor. They have less back to mess up.
There you go.
Start setting up my pup tent for us there, Raz.
In the room.
Nailing the pitons into the wood of the
Of
floor.
course, in the room. You didn't think he was kidding, did you?
Make it into a hammock? Is that what you're trying to say?
So,
is there a fireplace here?
No.
All right. Is anyone hungry for the night?
Are you going to sleep in the fire? Oh.
No, I was going to make food for dinner.
We should go find our own room.
Does someone who's looks different or can change their appearance maybe want to go down and buy a room for us for the night? And then just come up and get us and take us there?
Zakara will change into a different looking human
Okay.
and go down to get rooms.
After she leaves, the door closes, and I look at the other two. I'm like, is it me or do all humans just look alike to you guys too? And it was totally different, I'm sure.
On that note, actually, our contact did bring up a good point there. We have time to figure out how to best handle the situation, but it would be beneficial, we believe, if I'm going to take the hat of disguise and hand it to Kruga. And if looking the part is worth a lot here, then this may help you look like a human. It's a very tall human, but it's a bit outside this item's ability to make me or Glizik look human. We can look about 6 inches taller, but that would still be a very small human.
Or young.
Either way.
They don't normally let children in areas where you might want to go, though.
Like a brotel.
Did Glizik have the hat of disguise?
Nope. Well, he might have one, but I have one too. I think this
he-
was originally yours.
I think that's where it went.
I think Lizzie said something about having spells.
Yep.
It tumbled around a little bit, found itself on my head.
Just so you know, another one of Raz's archetype thief.
Expert appropriator.
There you go.
So how does this work?
place it on, focus on the investment, and really, more or less just have an idea of what you would like to change yourself into. It will make you nondescript, not really look like anyone specifically. You'll just look like a human. Mm, You have some control over hair color or how big you would like to be. As I mentioned, you can make yourself about 6 inches taller or shorter, but it is an illusion. Your body is still there. If someone waves their hand over the 6 inches above you, if you make yourself look shorter, they'll hit you in the face. As for the item itself, it's the first level illusory disguise spell. And when you're setting up the disguise, you can make the hat appear as, some sort of accessory like a comb or ribbon or other piece of headwear.
Flower in
Tec-
your hair.
We go with the afro with the comb sticking straight out.
Technically, they are masquerade scarves now in the remaster.
Hmm.
So you can
My
still
item still
see the
says hat
mask.
of disguise.
It's still called the spell's still called illusory disguise.
Yes, I just looked it up.
Okay.
Illusory disguise.
It's just a little baby version. Okay, lasts for an hour.
1 hour. Yep.
You have
And
a
you'll
problem though, Kruga. You don't have any
Hmm.
investment slots left.
Don't I?
You have 10 items.
Do I?
I just counted them.
that's something that can easily be resolved in the morning when he does his
Well, I
invest.
suppose if you don't have your demon mask attuned or invested.
I mean, I can hold on to that one for you since, he'll be using the hat.
I wouldn't have the mask attuned because I have a different mask that I'm wearing.
Right. Okay, then you'd have one spot.
Mask. Give me the mask.
If you would like the mask, you can have the mask.
Are you giving it to him?
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
there's one person in this group that can give a meaner evil eye than Kruger. And it's me. And I gotta work uphill too. Like, this is like a 3-foot person giving them a pretty bad stank eye. Need all the help I can get.
All right, it's under your invested items there, Ras.
Okay. Can you hand him the hat of disguise?
Well, are you permanently letting him have the hat, or is this just a temp loan?
Well, as long as he needs it. I mean, it only lasts an hour, so until we're done here, I'm fine with him just having it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it just for an hour. I'm pretty sure Kruger meant you could have the mask.
Agreed.
All right.
But I also will have to wait until tomorrow to actually invest it. So I am all full up. I think I got all 12 slots filled.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, because you had the hat.
Yep, I had the hat, so I gotta wait till tomorrow to invest something new.
Yeah, because it'll reset in the morning. All right, a
Yep.
minute or two goes by. Zakara, the different human, comes back, and I'll let her
Different
say
than the
what's going
human
on.
that left. Like she swapped again.
No, just not the original human.
Every 3 steps, just different human.
That would be kind of funny.
Loser in a crowd. It's super easy.
Yep. Especially if all she did was like change like her just her face a little bit.
All right. And in case you didn't notice, it also can change your voice, Kruga. I don't know if that matters, but you can make your equipment, your outfit look like a dress.
It already does.
I feel like my gi, along with appearing to be human, would lend me more credibility than any other thing I could wear.
Well, there's a bit of sway over being part of the organization you are, but being human on top of that supersedes just being in the organization. Say if there was a monk of equal stature to you, equal rank, but they were also human, would they be treated better, or is the organization more important?
Questions, Argan. As far as the like organization is concerned, like how the monk thing is like set up, are there multiple monks at a same level, or is it like one per, like at the levels that I'm sitting at now?
There are still multiples.
Okay.
Not as many like at master. There's probably 30, and then it starts going down from there.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to get that clarification.
The
Yeah,
two that the Grand Master killed were the level below him. They were both
Yeah.
that level, so they were kind of taking over. And he came back. They said, "No, go away." Then, well, there was two positions that needed filled the next morning.
I guess the question essentially was, is it better to be a human master or just master in general? Like, does the organization itself lend more credence than the fact that you're a human in a very racist town?
Oh yeah, no, the Scarlet Brotherhood is not racially good, nice. They are human centric. Kruger knows
Someone
about that.
of
He's Kruger's about maxed out for as far as he's allowed to go.
if another master of my level were to be in direct opposition with me, most people here would automatically take their side.
Right. Well, then the disguise ought to do you well then. Um,
And the difference in what level of mastery has been obtained only matters within the Scarlet Brotherhood itself. Based
right.
upon my every time
What?
every time Maya starts talking, I like bring something else up, like just
Uh-huh.
as it happens.
It's just at this point, it's just
Yeah.
a fact he's come to expect from Kruger because Kruger thinks very slowly.
Unless what someone said was especially egregious against the values of this nation, even those monks lower ranked than me would probably be sided with before me.
Hopefully, this solves that little issue then, and we won't have to contend with that. Um, Another thing I thought of when we were discussing with our contact there is our usual avenue of smash and grab is likely not the best course of action here, which means if any of us are going to be speaking or knowing their way around, it is likely going to be the two of you, pointing to Kruga and Zakara, obviously.
Has she
Z-
gotten back yet?
yeah, she just.
Wow.
Zarga mentioned she came back in, and we made the
Oh.
joke that she looks like a different
Pay
person.
attention, Kruger. Come on.
All humans
Um,
look the same to me. You thought it was a servant or something just sitting in the room.
I, all them
Kruger's
damn
like the opposite of this entire nation. This entire nation like human supremacy, or Kruger's like all humans are beneath me.
I'm telling you, they're all just hairless apes with different color fur. Um, we're not as worried about Zakara. Just a bit out of her element here, but we would imagine Kruger knows best how to communicate with. If we have to do some sort of a deal at an auction or some sort, we may be able to help make you a bit more persuasive, Kruger. No offense, you can be relatively blunt in delicate situations where that may not be the best call.
Just to make a clarification here before you guys, because you're going right down the lane I thought you might be.
Uh huh.
Whoever is physically talking, their character is the one doing it. So if Raz is talking, so Bio, you're talking, it's not Kruger saying it. It's you doing it, and you'll be the one making the rules.
Right.
Okay, just
That's
so
what
we're
that's
clear.
what I'm kind of
Yeah.
assuming. Like it's gonna be there's a Zakara or Kruger who do the bulk of the talking in the situation in a town that couldn't be
Well,
bothered to give us the time of day, or even really Kruger if he wasn't wearing a particular gi.
depends on
But
what their skill set is.
right, I'm alluding at the fact that I do have something that can help shore up a bit of a diplomatic hole that he might have. Because I know, if I remember correctly, Kruger is not particularly bad at doing much of anything because
He's
he's got the
he's a
jack of all
jackass.
trades
Yeah,
feat.
jackass of all trades. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could, before we head in there, I got to know in advance so I know to prepare it. Otherwise, it's only going to last 10 minutes, but I can make some silver tongue elixirs for the talkers for the day. It'll be a +3 bonus on all of your social checks. Intimidation, diplomacy, fucking whatever the hell the other one was.
I will say that even though I'm like only 2 below trained in anything I'm not specifically skilled in, bonus wise, my charisma is shit because I'm not a caster.
Well,
A
why I'm hoping
caster.
that's why I'm hoping this +3 will kind of bridge that gap for you. And Zakara, I'm a little less worried about because I know her stats aren't as bad, but I can do the same thing for her as well. I just need to know like the day that we might need it so I can actually use some of the reagent for it. Otherwise, whatever I give you is only the last 10 minutes. And I know a lot of folks like to overlook it, but handing someone a flask of something to drink in the middle of a conversation is probably what most would consider unusual.
How wooed.
Unless it's a bar, I guess. But
Well,
it's
I
like everybody's.
will
Go
start
ahead.
the conversation myself, but Zakara can handle the actual negotiation.
She's good with money. Get us down. If we have to buy something, you can get us a good deal, right?
I don't know. Glitzik made the last trade for a prisoner. He got a pretty good deal.
Yep. Lobster for a troll.
2 trolls.
True.
What do you
One
call
and
a
a half
troll in an
trolls.
orc? A trork?
Trollop.
Oracle.
Testicle.
Did I do that?
So, all of the talking matters sorted, unless Glizzik has something that he could potentially offer as well to shore up some weaker areas.
He's a master of the occult.
We have a
just-
disguise set, and we have some enhancement boosters. Anything you might have to be able to help our friends here talk their way through something that usually you or I have to deal with.
I turn around and you see me holding Maeve in my hand, and there's a beautiful wig of like a blonde bob haircut on top of Maeve. And you see a little bit of makeup done on the cheeks. I'm like, I'm working on it.
Right. Not sure what I expected.
Not that.
Slowly turn
Or
like Dr.
basically
Evil with
that.
it.
So turning back to Zakara, who's come in but hasn't really mentioned much of. We'd assume we have rooms.
2 rooms. I'll hand you a key.
That's quite generous to take in my own room. Thank you.
It's a key for the bathroom, isn't it?
That sounds like it too.
We're just huddled in the tub.
Bathroom? What do you mean?
So,
There's a bucket in the room.
so what time of day is it?
It's like evening.
Okay.
Maybe like 6 or 7 o'clock. To
And
be out and about at on the dock area, not a big deal. But it sounds like this guy lives in a more uppity area, and they don't like strangers at night, as
yeah,
to be expected.
Kind of concerned
neighborhood
about
watch signs.
Gated communities.
about the guy who was waiting for Damon, though, because you gave him your name, right?
Yes.
So he kind of like should get the dude.
He is not strong enough to get him himself, then he should not get him.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to play both sides and maybe tell the guy like, "Hey, he changed it to a dwarf or walked out. Go get your guy," you know.
I was imagining if he even bothers to confront us about it, then we just simply tell him what happened. He left. You missed him on the way out.
Yep.
You can go tell him.
Yeah, Raz, you can go tell
Look what I said. If he even bothers to come approach us, I'm sure he's got other things on his mind.
Krugo kind of look over at Zakara and say, I am an orc of my word. He can now have him. Let him know.
Zakara will change back into the original human form.
It's human number one, spare human number one, and spare human number two.
Kruger
Isn't
looks at you. Did you do nothing with your face?
isn't that what you cats call all the human slaves? Human, spare human one, spare human two.
Yeah,
calls them,
that's how they're labeled.
calls them monkey.
I mean, that's
They
how
don't
our
have
cat label us.
exactly. You don't have names. Luckily, my wife is spare human number two. I'm spare human number one, and our son is just human. All right, Zakara, you change back to the original human, and I'm assuming you're heading downstairs.
Yes.
Okay. You go all the way down the stairs and that onto like the main floor there. You don't see that guy anywhere.
Invisibility.
I will uh look for a bartender and ask if he saw what happened to him.
Oh, so you go back down into the Rusty Ray Pier.
Isn't that where we left him?
That's where you left him, but you probably figured he followed you guys up the steps and was standing on the in the entrance foyer waiting.
Oh,
But he's not there. I mean, he could be outside watching the door. You're not sure where he might be. If you want to go down back to the tavern and see if he's there, that's easy to do.
so the tavern, just so I have the street. The
It's in the
tavern was on the
basement. In the
basement.
basement.
Okay, that's right. There was stairs going down.
Yep.
Is there like any employee on the first floor that I can ask?
No one that would be like watching the foyer. No.
Okay, I'll go down to the tavern.
Okay, you go down there. Roll me a perception.
Think is my perception better?
Roll
No.
perception and not initiative.
Yes. And this is just an open check.
Yeah. Assuming you're good with that.
Yeah.
You go down there. I mean, it's not the. I mean, it's kind of dark, but you can see right through it. It's like noon to you, but you don't see him anywhere down below.
And just asking a bartender or someone else who works there.
They don't know where he went. Last time they saw him, he was talking to the orc over by the steps.
Okay. I will go back up to the first floor
Mm-hmm.
and just take a quick walk outside to make sure he's not out in the open somewhere.
Let me kind of pop outside and that look around. You don't see him.
All right, I'll go back up.
Okay, so Kara's gone less than five minutes. She comes back in with a cat toy in her mouth.
Apparently, he wasn't that interested in taking Damon. At least, I didn't see him anywhere.
Does anybody know what the Council of Waves is?
Do you know?
Let's see. I take a crack at it, Zargan. Would it be better to use society or? Yeah, sure. If I can I use society?
Sure.
Wow.
Never heard of him.
Recall Knowledge Society?
If you want to, go ahead.
Okay.
There was a guild on a dock in a port town somewhere that called themselves that.
Would Underworld be better than Society? Or
It,
I don't know.
you don't know. Depends on if they're a thief organization or like an up and up organization.
Alright. I'll try Society.
Zargan over there implying that the two aren't one and the same.
They're not.
And it helps to have dubious knowledge.
I'm gonna ban that. I'm
No.
not.
I thought about using the freaking gossip lore because it uses dubious knowledge as well. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna be that mean to Zargan.
I love that feat though. I think the Council of Waves sounds familiar. Some sort of cult that worships some water deity. Something like that.
Like Procan?
Mm, probably not. Prokan he's one of the major gods, right?
He's a legitimate god. Yeah.
Prokan is more of a legitimate, recognized god.
He would have a religion, not a cult. Any?
Does
Go ahead.
does the council Kruga, do you know if it has anything to do with the leadership here?
I don't believe so. As far as I know, it's just the three big factions that I told you.
Anything else before you guys split up and go to your rooms?
I was thinking about rolling occultism, but I'm not trained, so.
Do you want a hand with it? I can.
It'd probably be better the other way around. But I can't help you because I'm not trained in it, so.
What do you want me to look for?
I'm just trying to figure out if we know anything about the Council of Waves.
Okay. Here goes. Do I know anything? Very little. I know what she knows.
Never heard of it.
You know what Raz knows.
I know what he knows. They're a council, and there's waves involved.
Both of those points are in a bit of contention.
All right, who's taking which room? Is anyone going to Raz's room, or does he have it by himself?
I thought we had the two little folk in one room, and the
I'm just
poetry reading
asking.
people in the other. That's the
Last
usual
I knew,
arrangement.
Raz had his own room. I'm just saying.
Mostly just being a little silly, but I just assumed it was going to be Glizik and I, and then the poetry posse over there. Are the rooms next to each other, or are they separated?
They are not.
I believe we asked for connects.
You did not. You didn't ask for shit. All right, you guys. I mean, you're not far away. You're kind of catty corner. 10, 15 feet apart. But
Right.
the short folk go into one room, and the lovers go into the other.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Who are you calling short folk?
If I
The short ones.
understand, if I understood the whole thing correctly, we got an auction in, was it 7 days
No, tomorrow.
or tomorrow, right? And
But you have to be invited.
right, we have to secure invitations.
And the odds are you won't have time to do that before the auction is held. But if you wait till about noon, the auction will probably be over, and odds are he'll probably talk to you. He's always looking for clients.
But what if he sells her at the auction?
That's not my problem.
There's also a possibility you catch the buyer as well, and you can converse with them. But we won't.
Or just
That's
outbid?
I mean, the outbid, we'd have to be part of the auction, which I won't say is impossible. I don't see why we can't take a crack at it, but probably won't be part of it tomorrow.
We just have to find someone who is, capture them, and take their place.
Their invitation.
The invitations are DNA coded.
Good thing we can look like them.
That's not the same.
Well, Kruger can't. Kruger can look like a nondescript human. It's the heightened version, I think, that lets you look like someone specifically, which you have, right, Zagara?
And even then, you have to make a checks to be them.
You get a
If,
+4. You're fine.
I mean, if you try to actually impersonate them, like in any kind of interaction.
Yeah. I think,
Yeah, they slightly nerfed the level 2 version of illusory disguise. Well, mainly they took it out. There's no level 2
yeah, that
version
doesn't
anymore.
look like there's a height in the ring too, yeah.
Anything anyone wants to do before sleepy time?
No, well, nothing else we can really get done today anyway. I'm going over my reagents for the next day already.
All right, I did an overnight rest, so your spell slots and that should be back. Go ahead and if you're altering your spells or your potion allotment, let me know.
My spell is back.
From outer space.
None. My spell is back.
Only making 4 elixirs of life today to make room for the 2 silver tongues.
Yeah, it's a crazy hard selection for the spells. Ugh. I forgot about that.
Okie dokie.
You now have a silver tongue in your spell list, Raz.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yep. Most of those, if you find one that you want in there, they're considered spells. So if you pull up the spell list and just do a search, they should already be shared. So you should be able to see them.
Pull up the spell list. I assume that's just under the.
I have it on a
Font.
hotkey, so.
I mean, I don't normally use the. Oh, I see, from the actual notes.
Well, no, I meant. No, you can. Well, you can do from there too. I meant just from the spell list in the base game.
Like under actions?
No, in the toolbar on the right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
I'm not sure what
Uh,
spells is under which section. Characters.
That is for you. My selections for the day. Ooh, I can clean that up a little.
I got it. Don't worry.
Okay, and then as for everybody else, I think this is. Whoops. Okay, that's for everybody else. Just add whatever you got a name for. Couple less elixirs of life today to make room for the new silver tongues. One of each is going to Kruga and Zakara. Or one is going to each Kruga and Zakara, as well as their usuals. I don't know. Anything can happen, but if shit hits the fan and you'd rather start punching instead of talking, just know if you take a mutagen with one already running, you're gonna duke it out, and it's pretty much gonna be a 50-50 shot of which one comes out on top. Because polymorph overrides polymorph.
Yep.
Actually, I gotta look something up real quick. Okay, illusory disguise, since it's not changing your body, is not considered a polymorph effect.
No, it's because it's an illusion.
Yeah, right. Just had to double check.
I need a extension or something that'll let me right click on stuff people put in chat and like do like a thumbs up or something. Alrighty, you guys all set then?
Yes.
Just be able to drag it over from the items thing, right?
From the Wonders by Raz, yes. Are you first referring in items, or are you going to the list in the player notes?
I was going to items. I will look for player notes.
Go to player notes. Go under party. There's a handout there with stuff people can do, and there's one for Wonders by Raz. That'll bring up usually the most current one, and then you drag that into your inventory, and then any powers it should pop into your action tab, not your action tab, into your activities.
Don't think Silver Tongue is listed.
Probably not because he never uses it. In that case, pull up the items.
Yep.
Type in Silver Tongue.
Yep.
You want the greater one? I see the one that says Wonder by Raz.
Uh-huh.
Drag that to your inventory.
That's what I did.
Okay.
But I don't see it.
It's alphabetical, remember? So it'll be way at the bottom because it's an S.
I don't see it at the bottom. Let me try dragging again. Okay, that time it went.
Okay.
I was about to say it worked the first time for me.
And then you can move it. You can put in Wonders by Raz in the like where it's at, and it'll put it with all your other ones. All right. What time you guys planning on heading over there? You gonna try to get in, like get invites or something, or are you just gonna show up about noon?
To try to even take a crack at trying to get an invite, we would have to. Oh God, is it considered gather information?
That would be part of it. Yeah, 'cause you'd have to find out who's even invited.
Just see who's walking up to the door and I'll go steal it.
Do we even know if it's a physical invite?
You do not.
Uh,
I mean, we get up pretty early as it is, so there's not. I don't see why we couldn't take a little bit of time to see what we can learn.
The district map should have popped up. Correct?
yes.
Rampaging bull.
Ooh, nice map.
You should see a green dot on it now. On the the left hand side.
I see it.
Pin.
Big brown
Yes.
building. If you click on it, should tell you should pull up a little bit.
It didn't pull up anything for me, but I do see the pin.
Yeah, I see the pin, but no pop up.
Ah, okay. There you go. I didn't know if I had to share that as well or not, but it looks like I did.
I see that now.
Then just you can go ahead and close it, and then anytime you want to pop it up, just click on that pin and it'll pop up again.
Can confirm.
You guys will be coming in from the northeast on that road, and heading west down there past the parking in the middle, over to the shop.
So Kruger's disguise is limited to an hour, I think once a day, right?
I believe
Was it?
so.
Is there some sort of a limitation on yours, Zakara? Can you only disguise so often, or
Nope. I can do it. It's 2 actions and I can do it as many times as I want.
so we can see if we can try to find a little information, see if we can get ourselves in there first.
I can use Hobnobber to take less time to gather information.
I was gonna say, I was gonna ask if you had something like that because I remember vaguely something like that coming up, but I didn't know if you still had it.
Yep, still have it. It takes me half as long as normal.
Typically 2 hours for the action, but sometimes, depending on circumstances, can take longer, determined by GM.
Remember, it takes Kruger 1 minute to activate his hat.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's fine. We're not going in or anything
No, I
yet.
know. I'm just letting you know.
We're
It's
just
not. It's not a simple, tap your shoes like Zakara's hat.
okay. So if we want to try to find out if we can start even trying to get in here for the day, then I'd be willing to go help Zakara gather information.
Oh, you can get into the district during the day. They won't
Well,
stop you.
no, but the actual auction.
Ah, okay.
So right now we don't even know how people get in. Is it like through a literal physical invitation or a token, or is this like a name and a face list sort of thing?
I gotcha.
So I'm willing to help Zakara gather information since she's particularly good at it, but she would have to decide what skill she's trying to use and see if I can even help in that case.
Do you? So I know the prerequisite for Hobnobber is diplomacy, but I don't necessarily have to use that, right? Or is that, I forget how gather information works.
Gather information is under diplomacy.
Okay, so it is a diplomacy check.
Yeah, unless something changes it.
Yeah, I can always give you a short-term silver tongue whenever we feel like we're about to actually start talking with someone. So you would have the benefit at least for a 10-minute period, and then I get that charge back after 10 minutes of non-combat activity.
Okay. I mean, I'm trained, but
Yeah, plus 3 item bonus wouldn't hurt.
What about what are you doing, Kruger and the Glizik?
I mean, nothing says you can't try to do the same thing from a different venue, you know? Or if you have something else to chase down.
I mean, they could tag along with you guys and just not say anything, or they can do something else.
In fairness, it may not be a bad idea to keep Kruger with us, because, he does have connections with his organization.
He has some.
Yeah, it'll only help like here and there. I figure a person with a exclusive invitation to wherever might
Yeah.
not
Well, I was
carry as
thinking.
much weight as other places.
Well, I was thinking more just keeping the any uppity riffraff while we're trying to find what we can, and somebody getting a little uppity. At least you have that avenue to throw around if needed. So I get the feeling someone Zakara might struggle with, maybe a little bit more forthcoming with someone from the Scarlet Brotherhood, sort of thing. Kind of like when we first got here. But if you had something else to pursue or chase down in the meantime, I'm fine with that too.
Don't have anything in particular to try and chase down. So I can hang out with you. It's not super worried about it. Otherwise, it'd just be running around not doing anything particularly useful.
So 90% of what Kruger does anyway.
Kruga is the most useful.
You're right. Get to the dock and start unloading ships, bitch. Know your role.
No one destroys a tankard of mead while bitching about how weak it is, like Kruger.
That's right.
Start singing the like Gaston song, except like Kruga.
I put another
No
pin.
one
I put
drinks quite like Kruga. No one kicks quite like Kruga.
I see the
No
other
one
pin
reads raunchy poetry just quite like Kruga.
top right where it says party.
I put a little pin so you guys can see where you're at on the map.
Okay.
Easier than throwing a token on there.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'll help
you're gonna
Zakara.
aid Zakar, Glizik, and Kruger are just along for muscle.
Kruger's our muscle, and Glizik is our emotional support goblin.
And Kruger is an orc currently, correct? And Zakara is a
Yes.
random human.
I'm human number 1.
All right.
Human disguise number 1.
All right, Raz, go ahead and roll me a diplomacy check for your aid.
And that's a better roll than all of last session.
Pretty much so, yeah. That is a crit. So you're
Yeah.
trained, so that'll be 3 points, right? 3 to Zakara.
Oh yeah, look at that. I am trained in diplomacy. That's right. Decided to take the path of either bullshitting my way through something or intimidating people into doing what I want.
Yep. All right, Zakara, go ahead and roll your diplomacy and do a +3.
Is it? Wait, trained is only a +2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he critted.
Yeah, it's 1, and then if you're trained and you crit, you get 2.
Yeah.
Oh, is it 2? It's +2? Okay,
Yeah, if you succeed on any level, it's just 1. But if you crit, it's 2, 3, 4, and 5.
gotcha. So 2.
Yep.
Okay. So then
And
roll.
like any time that we're about to approach or talk with somebody, just like feed her one of the little freebie
What?
versatile vial. Well, it's using a versatile vial to give her a silver tongue,
Right.
which only lasts 10 minutes. But anytime we're about to go and
But
talk to someone, just have
within
her
10
chug it.
minutes, you have it back.
Right. So basically, can she have a +3 item bonus to the roll?
What does aid give? What kind of is that a circumstance bonus?
I believe it's circumstance.
That's what I would
Yes.
think it was. Okay,
Because it's happening at the time. It's not an
correct.
item.
It's
It's not
Yeah.
because of
magic.
something that's going on, not from an
Right.
item or
Yeah.
or a spell. Yeah.
Situational bonus.
So you would have a +5 on your roll.
Ooh,
Better living through alchemy.
Raz is just following you
What?
around with a little tray of
Well,
drinks.
before I tell you if that's a success or not, what information are you trying to gather?
oh. Uh, general information about the auction. Um, how do you get an invitation? Um, what sort of people are invited? What's it about? I don't know. Anything.
Okay. You guys wander around about an hour. You guys are kind of wandering down here, hopping, talking to people as they're walking around and that. You learn the following: the people who get invited to this are pretty much the rich and famous of Highport because they're the only ones who can afford anything he is selling. They're personal invites. They're pretty sure that it's not like a piece of paper or a card. It is, hey Jim, you're invited. Your name's on the list. When you show up, we recognize you and we let you in. He usually has a auction once a month, unless it's a special auction. When like he has something new, he'll tell everybody all about it, like the whole town, and then he'll have an auction for it. It pretty much whoever pays the most gets it. His reputation is pretty good. I mean, he's never, nothing, no fraud, no shenanigans. It's also well known that he keeps all his items in a special vault that only he can access. He likes to brag about it.
Does that include the people he's selling?
It sounds from what you're talking, he
They'll
sells
all
items.
go into the vault.
He sells items.
Mm.
The ultimate broker boss.
All right. So, seems like getting in the actual auction is not looking good.
But that vault.
Eyes on the prize.
He is the vault.
Vault is the prize.
Remember, if you guys don't come back with the concert, that's Glizik's problem. It's not yours.
She might be in the vault for all we know. We have to check there.
She's totally in the
So,
vault.
what do you think?
Well, she is being auctioned, it might be easier to take her off whoever buys her. But I am tempted to have a look at the vault.
Right. Perhaps after we ensure that the goblin doesn't detonate from the inside, as what is it, Greg makes a unfortunate reappearance.
First of his name, long may he reign. Yes.
Long may he rain Glizzik's guts all over the place.
I think Greg still has a few weeks left.
I believe I had 10 days, Zorgan.
No, I think it was a month.
It was a
Oh,
month
okay.
from
Yeah,
when we saw him.
28 days.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
we're
had
fine.
10 days to show up,
Mm,
and then a month from then
okay.
to bring her back. Not just find her, but to bring her back alive.
Whoa, alive.
This is a one to live only. If you come bring her back dead, it doesn't count.
Would you accept animated?
That is not alive. That is animated.
But it's not dead either. It's undead.
No, animated is still an object. Unless it's intelligent animated, like a vampire. That might be different.
Hey, Ferris,
That's
I need you to
cool.
pet
Yeah.
someone.
Sounds like we just need to get Paris.
Just rub the cat against her.
I would say you should be worried about rabies, but you're going to be dead anyway. It's going to be fine.
Nice.
Maybe this doesn't work on vampires. Wait. So, see who might pick her up after the auction. See if we can buy her off. And if she's not sold, maybe then plan the heist. Check out that vault you wanted to do.
We should at least still talk to him.
I don't know why you guys think about
Yeah.
robbing the poor guy. What are you, evil?
Yes.
There's no alignment, so no.
I'm pretty sure Kruga's just over there being all neutral and shit.
Everyone else has been. Might as well.
My alignment is lawful chaos.
The options were neutral or lawful evil.
Yep.
Right. So wait around for the auction to end. If anyone happened to pick her up, approach them then. See what we can do to buy another slave off of a person. And if she doesn't, talk to the auctioneer himself.
You also pick up. He's fairly open to just talking to people too.
Yeah, it was kind of like the original.
It's how
What
he makes his
sounded.
client list.
Yeah, I think our initial issue was that if she's auctioned off today, there's
Correct.
no point in talking to him. He doesn't own her anymore. But if someone walks out with her, we can intercept and deal with that. And if she doesn't walk out with someone, then we talk to him and OG plan.
Yep.
We just want to make sure she didn't get sold off when we weren't looking, and then we have to follow another breadcrumb.
Can we not talk to him before the auction?
It sounded like he's probably pretty busy before an auction, probably setting
Yes.
everything up.
Yep.
Okay.
The shop and that's closed until the
Yeah.
auction.
Yeah, it would make sense because after an auction, he's
He
probably
has to-
very
he
willing
has
to
to
talk to
press-
people to restock.
He has to press his laundry. Clean his nails.
Well, the servants do at least. Yes.
It's got company coming
Someone
over.
has
The
to.
whole place has got to get cleaned.
Do you have any thoughts on trying to sneak into the auction?
That would be more your purview, or you can certainly a bit of invisibility for a little bit, but sneaking is not one of my strong suits.
Not so much sneaking, I guess, but changing into someone.
Eh, the only ability I've had to do that was the hat I gave to Kruga, and it was limited. Like we can't, or he can't look like someone per se. Or did you mean something perhaps Glizzik would know?
I think with the hat you can sound like them too.
Only if you have heard them speak.
I guess we can't do. Can we not do a specific individual?
Nope.
Not with the one I have, at least.
Yeah. At spell rank 1, the disguise is good enough to hide their identity, but not to impersonate a specific individual.
Yeah.
It's a heightened 3rd level that can do a specific individual.
And even my version can only do the level 2 version.
So essentially still level 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only real difference is the greater one, you can do it as many times as you want.
Yep. Real quick for my humanoid form spell, which is basically the same thing. It says if I want to impersonate an individual, you need a disguise kit, which I also have.
Correct, but you also have
Yeah.
to know who you're impersonating.
Exactly.
So you can't just say, "I'm gonna be this guy." Have you ever seen him or talked to him? No. Well, then
I will.
you can't try.
I will
Well,
shortly.
you can try, but your difficulty is going to be like 40, 50.
Or before I get too crazy down the rabbit hole here, is the idea you're pitching is like, find out who might be going and do a little knockout switcheroo and masquerade as them, right? Since it's getting in on face and name.
If we want to do that, even
Right.
and chance it with the laws in this town.
Is that what you were kind of poking at there, son?
Uh, yeah, I forgot that I couldn't do a specific individual.
And your spell, Glizzic, you can only do it to yourself.
Correct.
So you still have the limitation of you would still have like 6 inches taller is as good as you could go.
It's small or medium. I'm allowed. It says.
Oh, okay, so it's a little different then.
So if I upcast it, which I don't have memorized for today, I can do a large creature even as well too if I want to be an ogre.
The hardest part is just dealing with handshakes, huh?
Yeah.
Well, humanoid form doesn't it actually change you into them? Isn't it a polymorph?
Yes, it is a polymorph, not an
So
illusion.
so it's not an illusion. He would actually change his form. It's basically it's the same thing Galgrim does.
You don't get any real benefits from it. Like I wouldn't get an increase in strength or stuff like that.
Correct, but physically you are that person or that thing.
Yeah, but again, nondescript unless you're using a disguise kit on top of the polymorph thing. But still +4 status to deception, same as the illusion one does.
So essentially, it's basically saying you can't impersonate the person, but if you wanted to, you basically just have to use the impersonate activity.
Yes. However, the duration is shorter than your hats. 10 minutes.
Right.
I think it's going to be hard to get in through the queue line of invites. We'd have a better chance if we were going to try and do it either just talk to him after, or
Right.
if there were some staff or something working it. But I don't know if he's going to have food or what.
Is this like a closed air venue? Is it inside a building?
Yeah, it's inside his shop is what they call it.
Gotcha.
His auction house / house.
I'm still for our original plan. See if she walks out with someone, and if not, then talk to him. But it was getting in is sounding like a little bit of an issue.
Zargan, refresh my memory. She's scum, right? So she could be any shape.
Wow, dude, you don't have to call her out like
You
it's
believe
kind
she
of
is,
mean.
yes.
Hey, text one to no one. She's scum. So she could be human looking. She could be dwarven looking. She could be anything. And she won't give off an aura for me for read magic or whatever because it's just a innate ability.
Yep.
Mm.
So maybe she looks like some beautiful girl, and that's why he took her. Who knows?
You know, this would be great if we had a tiny spider that could scout the house for us.
All we've got is a floating skull and a long snake.
I mean, we can do invisible and flying to get people in there, but it's like, how are the windows set up, and are we breaking in during the middle of the day now? Because it's already past night.
There's already a distinct possibility that he has some sort of security in place. He deals with valuable
You
items.
would pretty much guarantee he has something. Whether it's him and he's like a 20th level mage, or he has hired guns, yeah, you'd have to assume he has some sort of security.
If we get caught, we just do what every movie everywhere does. Well, congratulations. We're just checking the strength of your security to see how well before we give you something to auction off later. Well, that is the thing. We could try and make a contact with him as a, hey, we have a future thing we want to sell you. Maybe about
Right.
We have
I
an
don't think
orc.
that. Yeah, that wasn't the hard part. Like, we just
Yeah.
want to make sure that she doesn't get sold off and is not even here after. You know what I mean?
Yep. I would go with whatever you guys think for plan, though.
The best way to do that is for the bulk of you to like hang out like in that central park, and then one person who might be able to look like other people at a whim go closer to the house and keep an eye on it. Because if you're all just hanging out by the house, that'll look a little odd, especially
Yeah.
with an orc, a gnome, a goblin, and a human.
Blend right
Okay.
in.
Yeah, that's probably how we have to do it anyway. If we're just scouting to see if anyone walks out, or if our girl walks out with anyone, then someone close by and
Yeah,
someone further
you
away.
guys would hang out there in that central plaza, and then whoever's watching could move all the way up there, kind of just walk around, change what they look like, come back, and just something like that if you wanted.
We could do that.
For me, it pretty much doesn't change the original plan if we're not getting in.
Okay, you guys go over to the Rampaging Bull Plaza.
There used to be a China shop here.
No,
Missed opportunity. It's right up there with a Minotaur running a China shop called the Rampaging Bull.
you should have
Pretty-
the little dot should have popped up, turned green, and a picture should have popped up of the statue in the center of the plaza.
There is no picture.
Kruger's son is
Loading.
running a
It's just
China
blank.
shop. A monitor. So I got the pop up for the Raging Paging Bull Plaza for the pin or whatever.
Yeah,
And
there's the statue. That looks like a copper statue if I've ever seen one.
But that's in the center of the plaza. All right, you guys kind of hang out there for a while. I mean, there's a few shops and stuff opening and stuff. Like little, like kind of like a market area. About a half hour, an hour. Are you trying to see who goes in, who comes out, or both?
It may be prudent to like maybe catch, a glancing eye of people who are going in and see if just in case someone we don't recognize is coming out looking all sad and chained up or
Gotcha.
anything like that. Because
Okay.
like I mentioned, she may not be in the form we expect.
All right. Zakara kind of leads you guys and mingle there. There's other people. I mean, you stand out a little bit, but you stand out in a plaza, not next to someone's house. Zakara walks down. She's gonna walk kind of back and forth these little streets area here. Changing her shape a little bit as she's moving her face and that. So she kind of disappears as person A, comes back as person B, and so forth.
Span human disguise wardrobe.
Exactly. Yep. She's gone about an hour total. Seems like the auction only took about 10 or 15 minutes. You get 6 people that go in. All well dressed, fancy clothes. Definitely like nobles or rich people of the town. All human. Several of them have guards with them. Some of the guards go into the shop with them. Some of them stay outside. They're about in there about 10 or 15 minutes. Then they all kind of come out. Some of them looks a little sad. Apparently, they didn't win the auction. One guy does look, has a big fat guy, has this big jolly smile on his face. He has those guards with him, and they go walking off. But no one extra comes out who you didn't see go in.
I will head back over to where they're waiting and report that.
Okay,
Anybody carrying any stuff with them?
nothing that was obvious. No,
Okay.
They're
From
receipted. It'll be delivered later
it could be.
when the money clears.
I was gonna ask for our gather information earlier. Would we know if uh they typically get the items right then, or if they're get them later?
Most people don't know because people you're talking to have never been there and have never bought anything. All they have is what they've heard.
It would make sense to do it later. I mean, you're
Depends
coming
on
to
what
an
it is. If it's
you're
if you're buying a ring, put it in your pocket. If you're buying like
yeah.
a giant statue, well, you can't really
Or
carry that out.
if you're also coming to an auction, it may also be prudent to not walk down the street with thousands of gold in your pocket and
Correct.
discuss and basically do the deal later when you have a reason to bring thousands of gold.
Correct. I mean, Raz, you, Zakara would also know that in some towns and stuff, especially for large sums of money, which could be 1,000 gold or more, they might deal in like banknotes,
Yeah.
not like money notes, but promissory notes. Kind of like an early form of check. They write out, I promise this much. They have like different, steels and stuff to put on it to prove that it's valid, and that's the same as cash.
No
But
one wants
it's
to carry
usually
tens of thousand gold in their pocket anyway.
correct, exactly, but that's usually only good in the one town, or sometimes if it's a big enough bank or trading company, it would be good in like a certain kingdom or
Right.
something.
Yeah, makes sense.
But that's for I don't know, 1,000 gold or more at a time.
Start getting into trade bar territory.
Exactly. Some people prefer trade bars. Some people prefer the promissory notes. It all depends. So you guys are back. You guys are all gathered back together in the plaza. What are you doing?
No initial sign of our target, so stay the course, have a conversation with the purveyor of the shop, I suppose. Do we know if we're like good to walk in like right away, or does he like
Probably. I
visit
mean, seems like
shop is
everyone left.
closed? Okay.
I
Well,
mean, the door's
so-
shut, but you would go up and knock. I mean, just like anyone else, you want to just barge right in.
right. I just didn't know if like the store is closed for a couple of hours after, or if he's done for the day, or if we would have found anything like that.
It's not so much a store. Like you don't go in there and there's
Right.
stuff on display, but from what you've picked up, he takes visitors almost all hours of the day.
Okay.
I mean,
Private
but
home.
if you're after hours, in the middle of the night, you better be somebody very important.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, sounds like we're staying the course then. So this may be a good time to use the hat now, Kruger. It'll take a moment for it to take effect.
Is there somewhere I can go that isn't like right in the middle of everything to do that?
Oh yeah, you can definitely
I would,
find like duck around a tent or something and activate it. Then come out the other side or whatever. Yeah,
Use
yeah,
a
I would
nervous
do that.
disguiser.
Just stand behind me and Raz.
yeah, exactly. No one will ever see you. As you tower above everyone in the party.
Got no mouflage.
All right,
Yeah.
Kruger gets his spare human number 4 face on. Zakar's up to spare human number 17.
What's
No, I
what
switched back to one for this.
Oh, okay.
he cycled? What's Kruger's human look like? Because
Ask him.
what does Kruger's human look like to human or Kruger standard?
Ugly.
I mean, Kruger, like the first thing you'll like notice is that he is the same exact height. Like basically, he has reskinned himself. Like he put on a Minecraft like skin over his own
Exact
thing.
same dimension.
Yeah, exactly.
You heard the whole. They might freaking hit you over your head, and nah, you don't have to deal with that.
Basically, it looks very close to what like Kruger would look like if he
Is he a robot to you
was
guys too?
human. The top skin is
Oh, I think this is me.
ground pale.
That was weird.
I think Discord shit the bed.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I was just hearing like,
Yeah, same.
and
I'm like, does anyone hear
Drew-
me? And then
oh,
I
yeah,
noticed all the cameras were like froze.
yeah. See,
Good
I
now.
only heard clearly up to Kruger saying that he looks in the exact same size.
I didn't
But
look
even
like-
hear that. I just heard
With like
I look like
4 feet of long, curly, golden hair. Yeah. That's the last thing I
Rapunzel.
remember,
Rapunzel.
you think Prince Charming from Shrek.
remember.
Yeah, that's pretty close. No. It looks more like human Shrek from Shrek. But yeah, like Kruger like comes out same height, like same build, like even like the haircut and everything is the same, so it's the same kind of like short crop with the beard up front. Um, but he is like very pale. And his hair is still like dark because he's known like for most races when like or for humans when they spend a lot of time out of the sun, they tend to get very light skin. So he was like, oh, if I'm going to look like a human and I've spent most of my life underground, then I would be very pale.
Yeah, close enough.
And I never describe Zakara, but she's basically the same height and build. She has dark skin and short black hair. Kind of think like from Bleach, Yoruichi.
Yeah.
All right. We good to move on?
Yeah, just reminding them that before we actually head in, pop the mutagens.
All right. You guys are all walking down the street towards the shop. Time to mic things off a little bit, but let's see. I'll just paraphrase. You're only a minute or so away when you're startled by loud screams of agony and terror. When you look ahead of you, you see where the noise comes from. You see a young man wearing the latest fashion trend, convulsing on the floor, his pants stained with blood. Another man of lower status is trying to save him, yelling for help, but to no avail. The young noble stops moving, and shortly after, a beetle shaped creature drills out of his chest in a burst of gore and blood.
Oh, look, he also had a Greg in him.
Yes.
Right in front of you. Right there.
And them's good eating. I reach down, pick it up, and
You guys are
Yeah.
probably 20 feet away or so.
How big is this beetle?
You maybe fist size. It like popped out and then like fell like on the ground nearby. It's not moving or nothing. You can't really see it though from where you're at.
Does it glow bright like a dull sun?
You can't tell.
Do they follow us around inexplicably throughout our adventures from this point on? And then reveal themselves?
They could be gods. You don't know. We should treat them nicely.
I mean, we fed the hell out of those beetles.
Oh, hell yeah. They ate good. If you guys want, I can fly up and stay above to see if people are coming or what to let you know.
On one hand, this doesn't really. This isn't one of the guys who came out of the auction, right?
Not that you saw, no. Or not that Zakara human saw, no.
I like how you had to like say it's like Zakara human.
I don't really see how this really has anything to do with what we're here for, and time might be an issue. The two of you should at least continue on.
Is he dead? The guy
I would
burst out of?
He's not moving, but you're not sure. You'd have to go over and check.
I mean, he might just need some Robitussin.
Tylenol, I'd fix that up. We gotta go by anyway to get to the house. So while we're going by, I'll stop and invest. I'll check it out, but the two of them shouldn't wait up because they might be on the clock with their mutagen. And
The nobleman's servant is like freaking out. He doesn't know what to do. He's supposed to be being panicked. As you get up there, Raz, this guy's dead. There's this like fist-sized hole, like right out of the middle of his chest, kind of like a chest burster. And laying on the ground, a foot or two away, covered in blood.
It's a baby blue goblin.
Is
that's
this?
how they're born.
See, it's my dad.
Like the pictures take a. There we
Oh
go.
yeah. Depends on how big the pictures are.
I love the
Just-
coloring. That's what I
Is it just
pictured.
like chilling there on the ground, or is it like writhing
It's just
around?
no. It's not moving at all.
Just looking around, is anyone watching this? Like
A
from
few
the
people are watching, but no one's coming. They're like turn around, walk the other way. Nobody wants to be involved in this. And just a
are we the,
random, like a nobleman's possibly death. I mean, it's like okay, like a mugging in New York City. Nobody sees anything.
I'd like to approach the servant or whatever who's
Okay.
panicked and try and calm them down a little bit. I don't have to do the airplane slapping incident, but what would you like for a check for that? Deception, perhaps, to try and
Deception. Everything's gonna be okay.
I'm sure he'll be fine. I've got the best doctor in town looking at him. Just calm down, buddy.
Probably just diplomacy.
I'm untrained in diplomacy. That's why I was hoping for deception.
That
Throw a
well,
couple lies in there.
if you want to completely lie to them, you can try that. But lying doesn't
Yeah.
really make people calm.
Sure, it does. If you tell them stuff that they want to hear.
Okay, well, what are you saying to them?
Well, just what I said. That I'm sure he'll be fine. There's a doctor looking at him right now. We obviously had nothing to do with it.
Go ahead and roll.
Laying it on too thick.
I'm sure they'll be fine with the goblin coming up to them.
Right? 33.
I mean, he seems to want to believe you, but he's like, my master Aaron. I think he's dead. What happened?
And I sidle closer. Aaron, you say?
Yes, Aaron Littlehorn.
Oh, now he's cute and I'm dead. Sorry, he's dead. I
You're
mean,
not supposed to name them, so when they die, you're not sad.
I know. Now that you named it, we have to take it home with us and animate it.
Just so you know, Raz, we get up there and kind of let's get close to him. You don't even need to check him. He's dead as a doornail. Whatever exploded, whatever exploded out of his chest probably took out his heart. I mean, you can examine him and find out exactly, maybe, but
I was mostly curious to see like where it was. Like, did it erupt from the chest? Like,
yes.
Was it in there, or did it come through? Like, was there an entry or exit? Okay.
No, you do not see any entry wound. At least nothing obvious. Like it didn't come like through the back and burst out his front.
Krugo will ask, does it look like it burrowed in first before it came out?
I imagine that's probably going to be hard to tell, but I will do what I can to see if I can find a burrow entry.
Okay.
Like, is there any part of the body that looks like maybe it kind of healed or scarred over from something like some sort of a...
Go ahead and roll me a medical check, or in your case, crafting. You kind of kneel down to him. You kind of search his body real quick, and you definitely find some sort of entry wound. It looks like something was in his pouch and it burrowed like into his waist, and then apparently burst out of his chest. And you could tell like his heart is like chunks of it are like gone, and the other parts of it are it's like it's almost like something ate it.
Right.
Uh,
Little beetle still sitting over there.
Yep, just sitting there doing nothing.
We'd recommend not touching that thing. Best we can tell. I'll kind of hold up the chewed up pouch that this thing was held in, and then kind of motion towards the side of him that's got like the bit of his pants that this thing probably chewed through. Does it look like it was super recent? Like
Oh
this
yeah,
happened very quickly?
yeah. I mean, the wound from the pouch that goes into him, it's still fresh.
Okay, so it wasn't like sitting in there for a while. This happened
No,
like basically
maybe.
right now.
And as you think about it, it looks like he was just walking down the street, and then he started like convulsing and like screaming, and then it burst. Maybe like 10, 15 seconds total.
Okay, so showing the pouch and showing the wound at the waist there through the hole in his pants that this thing apparently chewed through.
Yep.
All of this seems to have happened all in the same stretch of time. So whatever that is, I'll point towards the little beetle. It works quick.
how old is the servant?
Oh, the servant's potty in his 30s.
Uh, how close is he to specifically the beetle? I'm sure he's like close to the dead body, but
Um, not as
Yeah.
not as close as Raz.
okay.
Far away did this thing burst out, by the way? How far away
A
is the
foot or
beetle
two.
from the body?
A
A
foot or
foot or
two.
two?
Yeah.
We're just gonna kind of scoot away from that.
Is there still someone like looking around nearby?
As you look, pretty much most of the passerbys have disappeared, but there is some gentleman coming like right towards you guys from the west.
I'll look over at Zakara and say, "Send him to find the guards." And then I'll look over to the servant and say, "How long has your master had this beetle?"
Um, uh, Not long he found it in the bazaar, and at that point, this gentleman comes up. An overweight, eccentric-looking man with scruffy, fiery hair bursts out of a nearby mansion, basically, and runs towards you with a preoccupied look. He is wearing a blue tunic embroidered with silver and matching pants and is holding a gold inlaid scepter shaped as a dragon. After taking a moment to catch his breath, he gazes at the beetle on the noble's chest there and sighs. He kind of takes you guys in. What happened here?
Humans.
Uh,
Poke, poke. I'll try and lead the servant towards this guy, so you can babble at him a bit.
Okay. The Sherman's like, it came out of his chest. I think he found it in your shop. The look on the guy's
Uh,
face looks. Everyone, roll me a perception.
I believe the word you're looking for is liable.
Yeah, right.
This thing come with a
Oh,
warranty.
oh, that
I don't
is
think that's
not the right
how
one.
it works, sir.
Hey.
mm,
Oh, so is almost a 19. I can't see past the stupid servant, I guess.
aw, from a
Either can
14 to a
Kruger.
4.
All right, Kruger and Glitzik are kind of. You're like, not. You don't worry. You're kind of looking around, and that. Zakara and Raz, you both notice, like when this guy comes up and looks at the body, you guys at the beetle thing, he seems to recognize it. He's like,
Uh,
we have to find out what happened. He looks at you guys. You four. You are new here, right?
we are.
You look capable. Would you would you investigate and find out what happened? I will pay, of
I'll
course.
I look over to Raz and say, "Tell him what happened."
Mm, It would appear that this trinket, this beetle, was held in a satchel. I'll hold the little pouch that it was in.
Hmm.
Burrowed through it, through his, and kind of show. I don't know if it's like on the right side of the body or not, but point out through his pants into his hip to his chest cavity, and I don't know how much of a stomach this guy might have, but pointing towards the hole, devoured its heart or destroyed it at the very least before erupting violently and pointing towards the little beetle. Hasn't moved since. We saw it from across the way, and he was long expired by the time we arrived.
The red, the big fat ginger gets his worried look on his face. Um, oh, this is gonna be bad. But no, will you investigate this? We need to find out what happened. I can't. It wasn't me.
Kruger will just kind of like narrow his eyes because he's heard shit like, "Oh, it wasn't me before."
You're familiar with this thing, this beetle?
Yes, it's one of my items, but it should be in my vault. I don't know how this. I don't know how he got it.
Oh, it wasn't a thing where he bought it from you then,
Oh
and
no,
you're
I
never
would not.
selling that.
This was not. This is not for sale. It's
Have
too
you checked your
dangerous.
Have you checked your vault recently then?
I mean, I'm in it
That would be
on a
the
daily basis. I don't. I wasn't looking for this item today, but
okay. I mean, that'd be a good place for us to start our investigation. Don't you
so
agree? And
so so you'll
I'll
look.
look at the
You'll
car.
look. You'll look into it.
I'd be interested. Are we talking a fee here? Why am I
Oh
talking?
yeah, we would definitely. I would definitely pay you. It'd be. I'd make it worth your time.
I love a buddy makes me talk.
Who are you?
I am Nebulae L. Zephyr. This. He points down to this large ass house with the green dot on it. This is my shop. It's my auction house. I tend to the needs of the nobles of the city.
Wait, I think I missed a story beat somewhere. This isn't. This guy didn't come out of the house we're going to, is it?
He did.
So this is the guy that we were going to talk
You
to.
did not see
Mhm.
him come out of the house because you were
Okay,
preoccupied, but yes, this is the guy.
gotcha. Okay,
And I'm
yeah,
sorry, where are my manners? And who are you? He's looking mostly at the two humans, mostly at Kruger because he's a tall fucking human.
I got my cue. I got my cue.
Do you
I
really?
am.
And chat.
I know. I'm saying, do you really?
Well, I want to announce him. That's all.
The whole thing?
I feel like after about the first third is when everybody, even the new guy, would start tuning him out.
Eyes glazing over. Yeah.
When like as soon as he starts saying "behold,"
I will.
Kruger just looks over him and says, "Enough."
Aw. I was gonna say I'd switch out into rule for Hexter and stuff like that.
And then
Behold my
you hear him. He's still saying it under his breath. Behold.
Yeah, it's like Cartman has to finish the stick song, comes
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
away. And so
Exactly.
the whole thing.
I can't stop. I
sitting
can't
there
stop.
twitching.
And I picked the longest one on purpose too.
I'll just look at him and say, "I am Kruger, master of the East Wind, and these are my advisors."
East Wind.
Ah, excellent, excellent. Yes, I would be honored to have you look into this. I'm sure his father would not question your whatever you find.
We need somebody to notify the family, maybe.
Do you
New
have
servant.
servants who can take care of this? And just waves dismissively at the body.
Well, this person here can take care of it. He talks to the servant that's kind of standing there, kind of still in shock.
Starts lugging the body through the city back to their house.
I'm gonna bend down and like start reaching toward the beetle and see if he says anything.
No, don't touch it unless you want to end up like him.
Well, you said you're familiar with this item.
Oh,
What
but of course.
specifically is it supposed to do, other
Well,
than?
it's a cursed item. It's a scarab of death. If you have it in your possession, within a few minutes it comes alive and will kill you. That is why it's in my
So,
vault, where no one can get to it.
so he just stole this from you then?
He must have. I don't know how, but he must have
Or
just got it.
or bought it from someone who stole it or had it planted on him. Yes.
Well, unless someone knew exactly what it was, they wouldn't know how to safely carry it.
So you're saying, since you knew what it was, you might have given it to him?
I would not do that. I would not give him anything. I might have. I mean, I did not do it, but I do not give things away.
Clearly
Talking
you
about.
would
Go ahead.
clearly you would get it back after it killed him.
I do not operate that way. Big if, ma'am, if I had sold this to him, he would have been told it's dangerous and been given to him safely. If he does not follow my advice and lets it out, that is not my problem. But I did not sell it to him. It was in my vault. So either he stole it or someone else did. He's a
And
thief.
I want to do a check on that.
As let's say I want to do a sense motive as well.
My question is have we
Roll.
been talking to him for at least a minute?
Sure.
I'd like to use a mythic point to use the feat for we've met before that I just got recently. So I'm going to get a lore skill specific to this dude for the next 24 hours with mythic proficiency for any time I use it.
Okay.
Recall knowledge, decipher any writings used by him or income or subsist, blah, blah, blah.
Gotcha.
I was also similarly I want to do the sense motive as well. And when I do it, can I use ears that hear the truth?
You give us all these nice bells and whistles, we want to use them.
No, that's fine. I just need to look it up so I know what it is.
Yeah,
I was gonna actually do the same thing in bio.
Ours is pretty simple. Then we just get to roll it with a mythic point to do it at mythic proficiency.
So you want to do yours at mythic, right, Raz?
Yeah, that's what Kruger and mine.
Yeah, I'll be doing it as well.
Okay.
You guys have the same thing?
Yeah.
There's only like 6 options, and 5 of them are useless to me.
Yeah, well, don't forget it's a level 2 feat,
Yeah, that's
so
like
it's
the
not
level
gonna.
2 stuff.
Yeah, it's not gonna be very powerful. All right. So Kruger and Raz, go in and roll your perception, and then put a modifier on with whatever the difference is between your trained level or whatever and the +10 for being mythic.
I'm dropping the hero point because you have to spend a mythic
Correct.
for
You
it.
have to spend a mythic for it, right?
I was just gonna say, did you want secret or sense motive?
No, I just won't let you guys re-roll.
Also for perception.
What a waste.
I'm only expert, so this is with a +6.
Yes.
Yep, that's what it was for me too.
And Zakar, you just roll your straight.
Oh. Our ears need to be cleaned out, apparently. Our ears that hear the truth.
Even with a +6, that's still only what you have?
Yeah. I'm not. Alchemists do not. I don't think
You
we
don't
ever
have
get
wisdom?
He doesn't
Well, I
need
don't
to
have
roll.
wisdom. Perception is never going to get better than expert, I believe.
Good job, Zakara.
Kruger and Raz. You believe him. You believe he's telling the truth.
Our ears that hear someone's truth.
A truth.
Well,
He goes, well, go ahead.
I suppose it would be bad for business if you went around killing your potential clients.
Of course. Now, who would do that? So what we need to get off the street here. This is that I don't want to be associated more than I already am with this. Um,
How should we pick it up then to take it with you so no one else grabs it?
he says, "Wait here a moment," and he heads back to his house. The servant starts kind of lifting the body up to kind of carry it back home.
Did you guys take that or buy that from him?
Not that I'm not. I don't believe my master bought it. I don't know where he got it.
The pouch I'm holding that was holding this thing, Zargan, is the
What?
drawstring that like keeps it closed. Is it drawn like taut, or was it slightly loosened?
No, it was like sealed.
Okay.
So it wasn't like sliced and somebody put it in there. Okay.
Well, I
Yep.
was thinking someone like like Zakara had mentioned earlier. If someone put it in, or Kruger, one of the two, put it. All those humans look the same. If someone had slipped it into his pouch, like it might be slightly more drawn open. You know what I mean?
It looks like
Totally.
it looks like it was normally it was shut like normal.
And the
Gotcha.
bag matches like the rest of his outfit as far as quality. It wasn't
Oh, of
just like, hey,
course, it definitely
I found
matches
this
it.
bag on the
Right.
on the ground.
Nope.
Okay.
No, yeah, that was a good point.
There.
Maybe someone swiped it and hucked it on the street.
Yeah.
Where
Well,
were you before this?
well, we were in the shop. My master was looking at some stuff. I mean, and he saw that thing on the floor. I mean, I'm not sure why it was on the floor. I don't know. This is way beyond my means. And then
And you
as
saw it on the floor yourself?
yes, but I mean, he waited, and after the auction was over, he was just there to watch it. Kind of. He wasn't. He was there before the auction. He wasn't really there for the auction. And then, as in the crowd of everyone leaving, he walked over and picked it up. I mean, I don't know if he meant to steal it, but and then we left, and not more than a couple minutes, and he's dead.
But
As
you
he's
found
go ahead.
I say you found it on the floor of the shop though,
He did, yes,
Before the auction.
not in the vault.
during the auction, yes,
Or during. Okay.
yeah, he saw it there, but with all the people moving around and stuff, he didn't want to do anything. I'm assuming he might have been afraid or something. Then when people started leaving, he made up his mind. And then Nebula comes back. He has like a metal canister. He kind of walks over to it carefully, like slides it up over the beetle, pops it up, and then closes the lid. He says, "This is how you would transport it safely." Now I'm
Right.
going back to my shop. If you want this, I do want to hire you. So whenever you're ready, come to my shop and we will talk more. And then he kind of walks away.
All right, I start following behind him. Are we going?
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
asked
say
the other people.
I don't think there's any reason to kind of dally on
Okay.
that one. We found out a little more from this guy.
Yeah.
I do want to ask specifically the servant anything else you think would be helpful.
Like what?
What is your name?
Oh, I am Liam Roogs.
Leon Roogs?
Liam Roogs.
And if I needed to find you, where will you be?
Unfortunately, at the Little Horn estate, telling him what happened. His father's not gonna be happy.
And it was Aaron. What was his last name again?
Little Horn.
Like that.
Yep. He kind of has him up over his shoulder, and he starts to kind of stumble away with them. Well, I mean, this guy isn't made for carrying bodies, so it's a
Oh, I
little heavy
know.
for him.
I'm just more laughing at like the sight of like deserted street. This servant has this rich noble with a chest burst open, slung over his shoulder, probably still like oozing blood.
Yes.
And he's like, first off, in shock of what happened, but also has to go tell this kid's dad what happened.
It's not gonna be a fun day.
Well, after dragging the body through the entire town, too, you know.
All
Yep.
right, yeah, let's
Right.
go talk
Yep.
to Bio.
Bio.
Mm-hmm. The redhead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean the ginger?
Mhm. Anytime there's a redhead, Fable's got to call it a me. Fat ginger, close enough. Skinny ginger, close enough. Ginger lady down at the bar, close enough.
This guy who might have once had red hair, close enough.
It dulls a little bit when you get older. My hair's not nearly as bright copper as it used to be. Some people get white hair, go gray early in their 30s. I just start becoming more like a brunette. It's sad.
All right, let me find my thing. There it is. All right, you guys walk down the street to that house. The big front door. The house is finely made. Several windows on the first floor. Several windows on different floors. Definitely a well crafted, like a nobleman's house. You guys go up, knock on the door. I'm assuming.
Do I want to knock on the door?
Behold.
We were basically just following him a little bit behind, so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
true.
just walk in like he invited us in, so I would
That's
just
true. You
walk
guys weren't
in.
that far behind him. So he goes in, and you guys come in right behind him into this magnificent lobby. The sight before you is truly spectacular. White marble stairs dominate this large lobby, and exquisite paintings by some of the most talented artists adorn the walls. The details of this room were also carefully thought out. Discrete mosaics break the monotony of the walls, and Oriental style hanging lanterns made of pure silver fill the room with a warm yellow orange light.
Nice to actually find someone with a bit of taste.
You guys come in, he shuts the door, and he goes, "Welcome to my abode."
Like Baldur's Gate, let me see your wares.
Mhm.
Spend 30 minutes looking at everything in there.
Strange. Now that's a weapon.
He definitely has some wealth, and he's not afraid to flaunt it.
Ooh.
So, I mean, I'm not sure where you should start.
Well, if it came from the vault, we should figure out how it got out because the servant said that it wasn't in the vault when the dead guy got it. So, do you mind
Well,
if we
obviously, it
go?
wasn't in the vault if young Littlethorn had it, but
Yeah,
or Littlehorn.
Is there anyone else
little
who can
golden thorn.
access your vault in your stead?
Oh no, 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 no! I am the only one. My vault is one of a kind. It is magically protected that only I can enter it. Not to mention, Mugaboo. He's a fine guardian.
Right. So, can
What
you
is a
check and see if
mugaboo?
can you check and see if your beetle is still in the vault? If this is maybe just another one of the same kind or something?
I can check. I doubt very much that is true, but yeah, sure. Here, I will show it to you.
Okay.
He leads you through like the auction area and to a door. He walks up to the door. You hear him mutter something under his breath, and then the door unlocks and it opens up. He leads you down some stairs.
Okay, as he's leaving, Glizzik is elbowing Zakara fiercely in the ribs. So close to vault.
So what? You have to like jump up to do it
Pretty much
every time.
like above my head,
It's like
elbowing him.
hopping, just trying to rib a couple of her.
I start
Or-
to climb you.
There's a description of the auction room, like where the auctions are actually held.
Truly a broker of the highest kind.
Of course. The stairs go
So-
down to a wide hallway. A stone arch filled with swirling orange-brown smoke lies on the other side of it. An imposing humanoid-shaped monster made of steel stands in the middle of the room and turns towards you, eyes glowing orange. It starts to step forward, and Nabali goes, Malibu, hold there with me. It kind of, yes, and stops. Kind of leads you guys into this basement area, up to the glowing orange brown portal. As you guys walk by this thing, you feel it watching you. And when you look, it's not trying to hide, but it is definitely watching you. It is well, you don't know. It's a construct of some sort.
We'll do like a recall knowledge to see what kind we heard.
You can
as
try.
Just as we're walking by. Sorry.
Oh, what was the Arcana? Maybe. I'll do Arcana. Giant metal or giant statues don't normally move on their own, so. Could be poopier, but not by much.
Can I roll Nebulae Ore at Mythic
Plus
Profession?
No, that would not apply to this thing. No.
Okay.
It's a construct. I think Zargan's typing something to me, so I will refresh my drink real quick, but I can hear. Oh,
I did. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
And for somebody who asked about the spelling, that's the spelling of this thing.
Thank you.
Yep. He kind of walks up to, within 5 feet of the glowing portal and stops there. He goes, this leads to my actual vault. It does not exist on this plane. His voice is very matter of fact, almost talking down to you. He believes he is better than definitely all of you. Typical rich little fucker. Only I can use it. One of you walk through the portal and see. It will not harm. It will not harm you.
I'll walk through the portal. Like before he even says it will not harm you, because Kruger doesn't give a fuck.
All right, Krieger walks right through the smoke to the other side. He goes, now watch when I walk through. He steps up, walks into the smoke, and disappears. A few seconds later, he reappears walking out of the smoke. See, it does not work for anyone but myself. Now, if you want to wait here, I'll go back and see if the scarab is there or not. And since he has it in his hand, if it's not, I will put it back. And he goes back into it. Kruger, you notice Mugaboo is like watching you like a hawk. You could tell if it wasn't for Nebulese telling him not to do anything, he'd be crushing you right now.
Trying.
Mm-hmm. Anything you guys want to do, or while he's gone?
Just kind of nod towards the golem. Iron golem of some variety. They're usually a bit more, pardon the pun, less animated. This one seems to have a bit more of an intelligence about it.
My
That could
name is
be
Mugaboo.
case in point.
Has anyone been here today besides your master Mugaboo?
No. He came in here, went through, came back, and then came back with you guys later.
So he only came here
This
before
morning.
the auction, but
Yes.
not recently.
Well, just now, but yes.
Don't suppose you saw a little beetle crawl out of the vault and head upstairs?
I would have crushed it.
You stop things from leaving the portal as well as entering.
No one's allowed here but my master. If he was not with you, I would crush you.
How big is it?
About 9 foot tall.
Okay, it's only like a foot and a half taller than me.
Yeah.
You had to chase something into the vault. Would you be able to go, or would you require your master's permission?
I cannot enter the vault. No one but him.
Did your master have the scarab with him earlier?
Do not know. About now, you see Nebuli comes back through the thing. He's no longer carrying the little container. He looks a little shaken up. It was gone, but he couldn't have.
Anything else gone from there? Just a cursory glance.
No, not that I saw. I don't understand.
I know you speak very highly of your capabilities with the vault, but is it truly airtight?
But of course,
Your
here we will do an experiment. How would you get into the vault? How would you
I'm going to pick him up
test it?
before he says anything else, and I'm going to try and walk in with him.
I knew I was gonna be a little bit more subtle about that, but
He did ask Kruga a question.
All right, you pick him up, walk into the portal. He disappears. You walk through it.
Oh my god, I'm just imagining falling face first on the other side.
I was thinking it too. It was just like, what if someone was like, I don't know, Galgrim was a bug on his shoulder, sort of thing. But yeah, that answered that.
A few moments goes by, and he comes back out. See, you cannot carry me. You can't do anything to enter the vault. Only me. How else would
So,
you
Well,
try?
so this is describe again what the entrance to the vault is. It's just a wisp of smoke in the middle of an
It is
area.
it is a portal to another place.
I have an idea, Glizzik, but this may be in your wheelhouse. I want to whisper something into Glizzik's ear.
Sweet nothings.
Sweet nothings. Just
Is
um
anyone willing to sacrifice their bag of holding to see if we can throw 2 astral items into it and have everything from the vault spill out? Go ahead. Sorry, Brian.
I'll gonna lean into your ear. Do you have any magic that would compel him to enter his vault and retrieve something? Say the beetle? Maybe he doesn't remember. Isn't there magic that can erase memory as well? He can go in.
Yeah, not my magic, but yes, there exists magic that could do
Right.
something like that.
Do you have something that could at least encourage or compel him to go in? We don't need to mess with his mind right now. I just want to prove a point.
I can make him friendlier. That's about all. I can't compel him to do it. But
You don't
we
have
can-
like charm or command or something?
No, I have charm, but not command. I have charm at the 4th level, so it would last until next daily prep.
Oh, okay.
And luckily, they don't go ballistic on you after you try and charm them if it doesn't work. The
But
other
they would
option,
still remember, though, right?
Hey, this is a private conversation, orc.
Well, if he's describing like
Her-
charm and levels and stuff, I'm assuming it's a player explanation. If it's not, then I'll just butt out. It's fine.
All right. Well, The point still stands. I just would have liked the example of him having to conduct it himself. He seems rather stone-headed when it comes to how secure this would actually be. But
After charm, like I said, it's different. It's when the spell ends, the target doesn't necessarily realize it was even charmed unless its friendship with you or the actions you convinced it to take clash with its expectations, meaning you could potentially convince the target to continue being your friend via mundane means.
right,
So
okay.
it's
I'll
not a he'll turn on us at the end of the spell. Yeah.
I'll turn back towards him after.
Zakara,
What's that?
while you guys are talking on the side, Zakara would turn to Kruga.
Read me some poetry, Big Daddy.
And kind of say under her breath, "Don't we know a couple people who could turn into him?"
Yes. And he's gonna lean over and whisper to her.
Someone's just whispering, or just like
It-
huddling. He's like, "How would you do it?" Okay,
it-
everyone break.
Rizik's eyes
if
get
he
real
did
big.
not know that the scarab was gone, why was the container for the scarab not in the vault?
Raz,
Just an answer for that question, Kruger. It does not look like what he used was made to hold it. Looks like
Oh, okay.
it's something he grabbed that was nearby.
It's
Oh,
like a
just
cloth
some
over the
metal thing.
Yes,
yeah, it's like a cloth over the seeing
it was
orb
like
thing
a
in the other end.
vase or something like that. You know,
Goose
like
Oh,
like
okay.
a container that you hold flour or something in.
is trying to paw it. Raz.
I'm
This,
literally right here.
I know I'm stage whispering still. I'm like, what if the servant was scum? And they're running away now. What if it's Takume?
That's putting that up later. I think it's a little outside the purview.
No. Your thought plus my thought is how the beetle got out
Is
and
our
into that
thought.
noble. We
You
should
mean to
ask
say that the
about
scum turned into him?
and then put the beetle on the noble and got away. And is not dragging a body through the city to tell his father.
There might be something to that, actually.
Maybe.
Find out if he sold the scum recently. Probably
Yeah,
should find out. We
that
should
should
probably
be the
stop
next question.
whispering. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then we'll turn to face the rest of everybody else.
Just with a smile on their face. Nothing's going on here.
Totally trustworthy.
All right. We've got two things we're curious about. One might be more prevalent than the other, but your vault seems very secure. But is it secure against you? There
Why
exists
would I
many.
steal my own stuff?
Normally you wouldn't, but there exists magics that can compel or dominate. And
Oh, yes,
yes,
it is
you have
proof against
protection.
that. Yes.
And our second curiosity: how you does it have to be?
What do you mean? I am the only me.
Are you though?
Say hypothetically something could turn physically indistinguishable from you, not
Into.
even into you.
We've met such creatures. That's why we're asking.
I don't know. I wouldn't think it could be me, but I mean, I guess it maybe. I don't know.
Do you
Can
recall the last?
can one of you do this?
This is outside my purview, but as my companion here has pointed out, we've faced many creatures in the past capable of such things. It makes them rather tricky to deal with.
We
Have
have a companion who is a druid who can turn into animals and has told me about some ability to use magic to turn into other people as well.
I would not trust a druid.
when's the last time you remember seeing the beetle in your vault before today?
I mean, I usually don't pay it much attention because it's in there. It's sealed in this little glass container. I don't know, a couple days ago.
Yeah. No, but Mogaboo said that you went in and came out earlier today. Is that true?
Right. I was going to ask Mogaboo if he could correlate when you came into the vault, because it seems the beetle
I
was
have
put in.
not been in the vault at all today until now.
Ask Mogaboo.
We think there's a security breach.
Mugaboo, you say you saw me enter the vault earlier. Yes, master. That's impossible. Something must be wrong with you.
Mm, I don't.
Boogaboo. What race am I?
Human?
I'm going to take off the hat.
I'm gonna do some suspense sounds behind him. Da 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 da. Is that a
Zoe,
free performance?
Zoe mentioned magic can be very convincing if your mastery of it is, well, potent enough.
Yeah, but that's just an illusion.
Right,
See, he tried earlier to walk through. It did not work.
right. But it fooled your guardian. This simple trick. This simple hat trick.
Yeah, but if you did that to get in here and you couldn't enter the vault, it wouldn't matter.
I think you're missing the point.
This is weak shaman magics and a simple item.
Someone who is specialized or skilled in that craft might be able to do far more than a simple illusion.
But why would they
Like,
steal the scarab when there's much more valuable things in there?
that is a question. Or you'd imagine that the
And from
young
what you
noble.
said, that Aaron found it on the floor. Why would they leave it behind?
Where is the glass container that the scarab was in?
In the vault?
So they took the scarab out of the container?
Must have.
How does one, not the price so much, but do you have methods to stop anyone who theoretically entered your vault who was not you from just grabbing whatever?
Well, yeah, they can't enter,
Okay, but beyond that, let's say they did, theoretically,
but they can't.
but
He
they
means,
did.
but he means no.
So anybody who does find a way to get in can grab whatever they want and leave it wherever they want.
I
Did
suppose, but I don't. That's far fetched.
This shaman talk tires me. What causes the scarab to activate and how long?
Oh, it varies. There's no set time. You with usually within 5 minutes.
I don't know what you deal in, just objects or whatnot, but do you also deal in unique individuals? Do you deal with people?
Why would I do that?
As commodities, he means, rather than buying and selling, of course. Obviously, you do that.
What are you accusing me of?
Not accusing at all, but we came here in search of someone, and they would have abilities like this that we're talking about. Remember, you hired us to try and help you. We're asking questions to try and uncover the truth for this.
I have been known to dabble in other items than just the mundane and enchanted.
Would you perhaps be familiar with an individual who's not a. What's the best way you would describe that race, Glizik?
Scum.
Gender fluid.
They're
You
scum.
can't call them what they are because that
They're
could just
just
mean anything.
they're
We're in
just
a race.
good.
We're in a racist town.
It's they are an aquatic race of creatures that can change into specific people at will without
ring,
apparently even magic. They can just shape change.
ring any bells?
I do know of a being that can do that, but they are secure.
Mm-hmm.
All
Like
right.
your
Well,
vault.
we're talking about the subject of security breaches. We can't rule anything out.
No, they are secure. I
Can,
just saw them.
Do you
can
have a buyer for them already?
Are you interested?
Yes.
Well, complete this task and we can talk.
Can we? Are they in the vault, or can we check on them with you? Just ask questions of them, maybe. If
They are
there's someone else of
secure
their
within the vault.
okay, so maybe somebody else of their race had to go in as you or something. I don't know.
So that gives me a question though. If you said no one but you can enter, but you can bring others into it, doesn't that imply that others can enter?
Only with me.
But when Kruger went with you, it didn't work.
He wasn't with me. I was with him.
Right. So again, I believe some form of magical compulsion may be on the table, but
I have protections against that.
Glizzy gives him the uppa with his arms, like pick me up and show me. Uppa. Can you show me that they're in the vault secure and see if it works that way? I'm just trying to test everything logically.
Roll me
puppies.
I'm not trying to steal from him. I'm not trying to deceive him.
yet.
This is an honest request because I'm curious.
Well, we need to make sure it's a specific person before we go through all this bullshit.
Yeah, at worst, maybe I could do the lore skill that I spent a mythic point for him for.
What would be like a persuasion?
Diplomacy.
That's
It's
what
not
I
really
was
being
thinking.
diplomatic, though. There is no persuasion, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's diplomacy. If you don't,
Request.
Is that under?
Action.
Is that diplomacy?
Yeah, it's an action that's for diplomacy.
It's way at the bottom.
alternatively, or you could also do this if you are distrustful of the blue one here. I pride myself on my word.
Go ahead and roll me a diplomacy check, Blizzik, at Mythic.
I try to aid him.
Nope.
Oh,
So if I'm doing it at mythic, I'd also get my level bonus in there.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So
for a fleeting moment, you are diplomatic.
Only to him.
So if I do deception plus 8, it'll be the same thing. Okay. So it would be plus 24.
I mean, you got another mythic point to spend, right?
I'm gonna do better than 4. Yeah, I'll use the other mythic point on it just to
We're
re-roll.
getting
Okay.
near the end of the night. Now or never.
Go
So
ahead and
rare night,
reroll.
I actually use them. Yeah. All right, put the 24 back in. Here it goes again. Progress. 42.
I was so sure you were gonna roll freaking 3.
Oh yeah.
I
Or
would be on
1.
par.
Throw 1
Uh,
he's angry. And
He like looks at you guys and he says, "Fine," and he kind of helps Glizzik up and picks you up and walks through the portal.
Puppies.
Glizzik and Nebulae disappear.
I pick up Mugaboo and take him through the portal.
You can't lift him.
I think it's possible that he may also. It seems so defies logic that he seems so hesitant or resistant to admitting he has a flaw in his system here. I think that might be some sort of a compulsion as well, or just sheer pride.
Humans are known for their foolish pride.
It's staring him right in the face, though, in 3 different directions.
I bet he has an item.
It's like a pass key. It only works when he wills to work through.
All right, Glizzik, you go through. Basically, this seems to be some sort of demiplane. Is the best way to describe it. You would be familiar with that. And you see there's piles of stuff, items, cash, and off to the one side, there's like a bed, and there's a figure laying on it. Looks like it's asleep.
Okay. Are they secured in any way? Like you
No,
said they
not
were?
not like physically, no.
Okay. So I'm assuming that since you said that she's secure, that she can't leave without you carrying her in.
That is true, without me carrying her back out. But she is in a magically induced slumber. She is in
Oh.
stasis.
Oh, see, I was hoping maybe she saw someone come in dressed as you earlier today, could confirm.
Dressing as me would not get you in here.
No, a time-wise thing though. You know what I mean? Someone who was looking like you or whatever came in through, that we're trying to test and see if someone impersonating you got in, took out the beetle, and they would be able to confirm what your golem said earlier.
But why would they take the beetle? There is much more valuable, and he points to almost everything in here.
Maybe they had something against the kid who's dead out on the street. I don't know.
But that's just random.
Maybe they didn't know what they were getting. You would think
Uh,
that they would know what's in here if they were coming for something specific.
you would think if they
Yeah.
were smart enough to get in here, they would know what they're after.
Right.
And I doubt it would be something that would kill them.
Right. Like what would be the most valuable thing in here? The goblin says.
It would depend on many things in here are valuable. More so to one person or another.
Okay. I just figured if there was one big item you had, something like, a pearl that grants you visions of your destiny or something like that,
No
they'd
such
be
thing
after.
exists.
Oh, maybe we need to have a talk later. And he starts rubbing his hands together like he wants to negotiate.
Just like narwhals, they don't exist either.
Yeah, right.
They're
What's
not
that
real.
manatee with the horn?
Ever heard of a swimming unicorn?
Exactly. What the hell? But that's fake.
So, no chance that she would have observed someone coming in.
No, she is in stasis. And go ahead. There's the portal. You see it there. Go ahead. Walk through it.
Since I'm inside the vault, I'm gonna walk face away from him towards the portal entrance, and I'm gonna use conceal spell ability to try and cast a 7th level dispel magic on the portal for the vault with us inside it, which I specifically memorized for today. It's the highest one I can do. It'll work on 10th level spells.
You do
kinda
realize
curious-
this, Glizzy. If you dispel that portal, you're lost in the astral plane.
I was going to say, I'm kind of curious what you think your end game here is.
He asked for my help. This is me trying to figure out if I can break his stuff and make it work better.
Oh,
And it's
broken.
gone. She has little unicorn figures that she's making me show you. They're Tokidokis. They cost about $18 for these little tiny.
You got took.
Oh, because they're arcane. It's okay. We're doing a thing.
I
Okay,
have one of
yes.
those.
This is Caitlin, I'm assuming, from Arcane. They
That's
are cool.
cute.
Yeah. Thank you, sweetheart.
If Nora was in here, she'd be all over that right now.
Yeah.
She's a big unicorn enthusiast.
I got a couple things like that I could sell you for $18 a piece too.
He's printing them out in 3D printer.
Exactly.
All right. So what are we doing here?
All right. You are gonna roll me a check.
I mean, in fairness, it's got to be a certain level or lower to even have a shot. Always gotta,
we'll
like-
save that. The
You
seventh level.
You actually can't do 10th level spells because the counteract check is twice the level of the spell.
Yeah.
What do
I
you
know
mean?
there's I always got to double, triple check how counteract works, but I know once it gets
That's what I'm
too
doing. I'm looking it up
high,
again.
if
You
the
can go-
spell rank is too high, then you can't try it. But it would
So-
have, if you're doing 7th rank, that's got to be beefy magic, though.
It's your level plus 3 if I crit.
If you crit.
So it's
Yeah.
not the level of the spell though, it's the counteract level. And the counteract level is twice the level of the spell.
Yeah, so
No,
So
only
basically,
for an item. If I'm trying to like,
Yeah, for spells, it's simply the spell level of the effect. If it's an item, creature ability, or affliction, it's typically the thing's level halved rounded up.
no, it's the other way around. Pretty sure.
when
I
we
mean,
get
that
it,
would make it impossible to
Nope. If it's
do things.
right here, if the effect is a spell, its rank is the counteract rank. Otherwise, half its level and round up.
It's
yeah, so items are the one you gotta have.
Yeah,
I
because
always forget which way it goes.
a
I,
thing that casts a 3rd level spell is a 5th level item, so you hack it down to what the spell level is.
Right, because the item level will always be higher than a spell level if they're equal.
Correct. If it's right, yeah,
Yeah, because spell ranks only go to 10, but items go to 20. Well, sometimes
right.
more,
And
but yeah,
in order to put a 3rd level spell on something, you have to be a 5th level caster.
right. So
All right.
it's possible.
Okay.
He's just got to critically succeed.
if it's even that high, we don't
Yeah,
know.
if it's even 10th level, right? Otherwise, it's gotta be a critical success if it's 2 or higher. Success gives him up to an 8th rank,
Reference for what an effect can
which is
have
still
an
pretty
effect
strong.
rank.
I just have no idea what level Demiplane even is.
Me neither. But I mean, we're running out of spell slots above what you're
Here we
throwing
go.
at it.
Okay.
So
Go ahead and roll me that. Fuck. What is it?
Counteract modifier for spells is a caster's spellcasting ability modifier plus spellcasting proficiency bonus, same as spell attack.
Yeah. So you roll me a spell attack. Yeah. And I have a chart to look on it. So at what level you're casting this at, which is
like
7th.
I know it always works out and whatnot, but counteracting was not done in a user-friendly way.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. All right.
Math wise, it makes sense, but it's not user friendly.
So you want an attack spell? I can do needle darts because that's already set up to go for me.
Or on the one page where it lists your spell attack.
Combat. It doesn't have a die next to it to roll though.
Oh, you're right. Well, it's plus 20, 23 though, so you can just roll a 20-sider and add 23 to it.
Done. 34. That's all I got. I have no hero points left.
All right, what's he rolling against?
It's not an artifact level item, is it? Because it'll instant fail. It says in the spell.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Target effect level. If the spell used the caster's DC.
I mean, other than locking myself into a vault in the astral plane, my next
8.
question was going to be, did someone set this up for you? Because they would obviously have a backdoor key to this place, no matter what you think. But
True.
I mean, that was
We
going to
may
be the.
never get the answer to
I
that
know. I was going to say I'm
question.
never even going to get the answer. Ask. That was going to be my next question when they came back. But
All right.
I'm sorry, but I found Takume, but I couldn't get her out, so I did the next best thing. I seppuku us both.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, they're stuck in there. I mean, you're going to die in like what, 4 days, but then it won't be your problem anymore, I guess.
Hmm.
I mean, does Glizik have the teleport stuff?
I do.
He's fine.
100-mile range. Yep.
Within a vault on a different plane of existence. I think he's going to need a different spell for this one.
Does it not have plane shift?
It's not. I
Nope.
don't think it has plane shift. No.
I'll have to do some crafting and take all my magic items down just to increase the level of the casting and the travel staff to try and get home.
Oh, Glizik.
You know how I feel bad in all of this? That simple, noble guy who's dead on the street.
I don't really care about him. What do we know about him? But
I mean, he
Alright.
was just a greedy little bastard who picked up a thing that looked precious on the floor.
to his credit, he didn't do it right away. Otherwise, this would have happened during the auction. But I'm
Right.
also curious why nobody else apparently pointed out this little.
All
No
right.
one did it up until that point. Plus, dude here didn't notice that his freaking scarab is just laying on the ground in his own house. But whatever.
Blizzard, you cast your spell. Go ahead and mark it off.
And we'll have to wait till next time to see if it's success. No.
Bye, guys. What is this, Dragon Ball Z?
It's 20 till, so we are going to end it here fairly quick. You guys who are watching, waiting for Glizzic and Nebulix to come back out, you see the portal like flash and disappear.
Oh, shit, he actually did it.
Success.
Me playing is only an 8th level spell.
That's the fuck. What's the column's name?
Mugaboo.
Mugaboo.
Zazuma.
So Glizzic needed a success to dispel it, and he rolled a success.
As it kind of like shimmers and dissipates. It's just
It kind of goes like with a pop and it's gone.
Yeah. Is that normal, Mugaboo?
And we're stopping here. Definitely not normal.
Zargan's all like, we'll stop here because I have no fucking clue what I'm doing now.
Well, there's options, but I don't know what I don't know what they all are.
They're in a vault full of powerful magical artifacts. I'm sure something in there knows plane shift, but
So, broker guy, you want to get home? I need her to go with me.
What the hell have
Otherwise,
you
I'm
done?
gonna die in a couple weeks, and then this lobster's coming for you.
Yep. You would have to be worried about a
scarab's not the only
scarab.
thing bursting out of someone.
You saw that scarab. Could you imagine a lobster? It's way bigger than a scarab is going to do to you.
I did not see this coming. I did not see this coming.
What exactly is the end game on this one, Naughty?
Glizzic has no idea. He was hoping that it would shut it off for 10 minutes, because if it's an item and this vault is a thing, it'll shut it down for 10 minutes and it'll kick back into power. So he was trying to see if he could shut it off and then it would go back into the real world, and then he could step out and be like, ta-da. Except now he's surfing the astral sea.
Gotcha.
That the portal was a physical item or whatever, that the vault was a physical item, and it would
much
shut it off.
So like everybody who can practice and conducts powerful magic, absolute chaotic experimentation is definitely the course of action.
I mean, how does it work? Like, the bag of holding is kind of a demi-plane, right?
No.
No?
If it was like that, when I went through with my knapsack, a halfling kind that you made for me, we would have exploded at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't realize I had it on me, but yeah.
Yeah. Unexpected action from the goblin, of course.
Chaos incarnate.
Yep. Working as intended.
It's got to have a plane shift item in there, right?
No, he doesn't got it. No. I know what's in there, so I'll need to look at everything.
I may have to make some sort of deal with the Reaper.
Glizzic, why? Why do you do this to me?
I'm 10. 10. How many 10-year-olds would you trust with this level of power?
In fairness, most goblins don't get past 4, so
I know
there's some extra expectations that should be afforded a venerable goblin such as yourself.
But there's a reason they don't make it past 4.
And this is one of them.
This is a great example of such.
No, I think this is why goblins don't make it past 10. Once you get past the first hurdle, then there's a completely another chaotic goblin-esque reason they don't get past 10.
The first couple year hurdle is someone else killing you. The older you get, it's better chance of you killing yourself.
Yeah, like basically goblins are like a small scale version
of
like
humanity?
applicable. No, well but specifically the Great Filter, which explains why there's no spacefaring goblins, because they all kill themselves before they can get out there.
You mentioned that because I think there is one in Starfinder, but they're not goblins. They're, what the hell are they called?
Goblins.
They're like furry goblins.
Noblins.
Well, I hope we threw you some curves, Sargon.
We'll go ahead and end tonight's session with Blizzic seemingly committing a seppuku.
We did not get in combat tonight.
I
Nope.
know.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you kind of did, but not
I
really.
was planning on chatting with them, but Kruga, I mean, he's been handling it since we got here. It makes my job easy.
You almost had combat when we started, but no actual attacks
That
were
wasn't
made.
our fault. That's the other
No,
guy
no, no, no.
saying
You
fuck
didn't
off.
say you didn't say we didn't start any combat. You said we didn't have any combat.
We never
No
start
one
combat.
threw an attack or cast a spell.
It's
Not
always
that's not true.
self-defense.
All I did,
That's
I
not true.
walked over there
Many
and
spells were cast.
I walked over there and I said, "He's mine." He's like, "Oh, okay."
Basically,
Yeah, I was gonna basically approach up there and be like, "Hey, look, we need to talk to him real quick. Then he's all yours." And I was also gonna like try to freeze one of those elements, which is why I was asking you that question earlier. I was just gonna be like, I just don't want to deal. Just look, we need to just drop a handful of those marbles in that close one, and then chat with the dude.
being how they were elementals and not an actual creature from the water plane, I think it probably would have worked.
Well, I was kind of hoping for it. Like, even if it didn't do damage, just freezing them temporarily, just
Yeah.
so it wouldn't punch me in the
You
back of the head.
freeze it and then I whirling throw it against
And
the
shatter
wall.
into lots of little pieces of like ice, like dropping an ice cube on the floor. It just shatters, and
That-
your floor's
Right.
wet.
But then the heat from the hearth is going to warm it up like the T1000.
Yep, and slowly
Yeah,
it'll warm
warms
back
stuff.
up.
The goal is to just freeze it so it wouldn't whop me while I'm talking to this